This is Isonzo. We're here on, well, basically Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. If you're buying this game, or any game on the Xbox Store, the affiliate link in the video description is the way to go. It takes the Xbox website. I get a percentage, which is great, helps support the channel, and alternatively, we have the Amazon affiliate link if you'd like to go that way. And Kevin is here today.
Hey!
Yeah, and I think it's set up so you can hear him correctly. Yes, it is. Okay, good. And, yeah, very excited. This is, if you're not familiar with this game, it's the Italian Front. The developers created Verdun and Tannenberg as well, if you've played those games. And they are both next-gen optimized, the two predecessor titles. But very excited to be in here playing. I'm on the Series X, Kevin is on the Series S. But I do have experience with the Series S because I had a review ready for it today, but YouTube processing was a nightmare today for some reason, so did not get that out because it just was not rendering. So you played a little bit of this, Kevin?
Yeah, and it's a good time so far.
Yeah, it's really quite neat. I like these, you know, different types of World War scenarios. Especially, like, I guess you would say this front is typically not done, the Italian front. Especially in the World War I era, right? Is this crossplay? Yeah, it is. Optional crossplay. You can turn it on or off. It's on by default. Server browser, which I like. You know, I almost have a preference for a server browser in some of these games. Makes it easier to find things. Is that that guy down there? Oh, jeez. And it's like basically single shot where you die. Or single shot and you die. Most of the time. Sometimes you can live, but most of the time it's like, ugh, I fall and I can't get up.
Right.
This is Verdun? What? No, this is Isonzo. Isonzo. But I do have videos on Verdun and also on Tannenberg as well. And yes, this game does screen tear like crazy, but the developers did tell me that they are working on additional graphical options, so those will probably take over down the road. Oh, he stabbed me before I could stab him. So actually right now I'm defending and Kevin has ended up on the other team. We didn't really take a second to look if there was like a party system, did we?
No, not really.
Jumped in.
I do know in Verdun you could switch teams.
You can press start and then A. You can switch over. That is an option.
I don't want to meet you on the battlefield.
You want to meet me on the battlefield? That's fine, yeah. Because I think, oh geez, when we started the match it was like right full, so I don't know if it's opened up a bit, but yeah, no, let's battle it off here. That's fine. I like this map quite a bit because it's all like forested. I just find that to be
Italian front is very cool. I kind of
very hilled.
like that you pointed that out, but it's yeah, it's really not played. First World War isn't really done a lot, and this is the first time I've ever seen this done other than Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
But even like the Italian front for the Second World War, the only game that literally comes to mind is Mafia 2. And that's like just the opening of it. Literally, right? Or does that even count? Yeah, right? Like it's the opening of the game. It has like almost nothing to do with it.
It's just like a prologue tutorial kind of thing. It's good though. It's a cool sequence, but yeah. No, it's a very interesting title, and I've actually played quite a few hours of it, whatnot, pre-launch. So it's nice to be competing against other players because, you know, I did get a couple of matches with some real people, but most of it was like just bots, and it was like, oh. But yeah, now we're in a match with actually like real people competing, and it feels a lot better. Does that make sense? Like it just.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heal, yo. Thanks for the heal. Saved my life. Hello there. You somehow got this for free and said you already owned it? That's odd. Cool, I guess, yeah. But anyways, should be fun. It's really cool. I called it, because, you know, we're doing fun titlings for the stream and stuff, Kevin. And a exotic World War I shooter.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I saw a couple. It was like your favorite COD of all time or something like that on Vanguard.
It's almost like these satirical type type notes. I'm having so much fun with it. Can I play Modern Warfare 1? I stream Modern Warfare Remastered pretty often. And I did get confirmation today that I'm getting my codes for Modern Warfare 2.2 very soon. First on PlayStation and then the Xbox codes, because there's a week kind of gap. But yeah, my person was like, you'll see your code pop up in the next couple days, which is exciting. But you know what's really exciting? GoldenEye. No, we're not at that point yet, Kevin. But
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a setup. No,
there's a big setup for GoldenEye. They announced the GoldenEye. I don't know, is it like a remaster? I don't know what they're doing there, but it's coming. It's going to be on Xbox Game Pass. If you own Rare Replay, I died from not putting on my gas mask fast enough. If you got Rare Replay, it's free. If you got Game Pass, it's on there. But only the Switch gets the online multiplayer, which sucks. And I'm thinking maybe, because I remember seeing the achievements, and the achievements having, like, noting online multiplayer. I'm wondering if maybe we'll get, like a remake later on or something. I don't know. That's just speculation. But it would be neat to get, like, a proper online kind of build, because I believe the remake Rare was working on had online multiplayer, and people were even, like, using that online multiplayer through emulation and whatnot. So it's just kind of like rough, you know, not to have that, but it was still incredible to see GoldenEye get announced. It was an ecstatic morning of excitement. It's actually been a pretty exciting week, I would say. Yeah, you know, the whole 343 thing, and then GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm feeling more relieved than I felt in a long time. It's great. It really is. It's just spectacular. And then we had a cool Xbox and Nintendo showcase today, Kevin.
That's awesome. What was that all about?
Yeah, so Nintendo, they showed off the new Zelda, and you could see why they didn't want to stream it in the UK, because you know, obviously the UK, they're in the mourning period, right?
Yeah.
But the new Zelda is called Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So,
Okay.
I think it was Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, hi there, Geo Turtle. What's cracking? Actual Kraken rum. I got that going today. I'm gonna actually have to double check that. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And it looks like it's gonna be just Breath of the Wild, but you know, have platforms up in the air and stuff. It looks neat. It looks interesting. Whoa, that was a good shot. Yeah, and then I think they showed some DLC, some other stuff. Obviously, GoldenEye was part of the Nintendo event. And then there was PlayStation showed off Tekken 8, which looks incredible. That's going to be multi-platform. They showed off a remake of a Yakuza spin-off that only released in Japan. That's now coming to the West. That's going to be multi-platform. And then there was a couple other kind of Japanese-esque titles that are going to be exclusive on PlayStation. So I was like, oh, cool looking. Yeah, neat. And yeah, that was about it.
Honestly, though, good to see some games coming out. A little dry there for a bit.
It still feels kind of dry.
Yeah.
Because I think that was PlayStation's big showcase for like the year, and I was just like, that's not a whole lot of stuff. But they did show off God of War there. They showed off the God of War trailer. Looks phenomenal. Sorry, what, Kevin?
That's good. You shot me in the face.
Oh, that was you I killed. Oh.
Yeah, it was me, yeah, up on that hill.
That's funny. We're directly conflicting, guys. This war got personal. What are the factions, actually?
The factions, it should just be the Kingdom of Italy versus the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, it's the Italian front, so obviously Italy is going to be like part of it, but like, who's invading?
The Italians at the beginning were actually pledged to the Central Powers with Austro-Hungary and all that, and then in the end they decided that they didn't want to get involved, and they did the switch teams thing to the Allied forces, which is cool in our books, obviously. And there was a chunk of land heading towards Venice along the Alps that the Austro-Hungarian Empire had, and that the Italians were promised by the Allies that they would get that territory back if they fought with us. So that's what this part of the war was about.
That's why you bring Kevin along, guys. History facts.
Sorry, if anyone cares.
No, it's good context. You know, it actually is. This came free now. Not everything is free, man. Although it is a little bit more affordable, I'd say. It's a little bit more indie-like. The remake of 13 Oh, like the remake of XI or whatever? I really don't know. Should I? I mean, I got the email about it, and I was kind of like, I remember people just hating on that remake. And I guess this is a remake of the remake from 2 years ago. So I don't know how interested I am in that, but, you know, maybe I'll email them and see. There's also just, like, there's a lot on the plate going on right now. A lot of stuff I gotta get done. Busy times. Have you done any of the building stuff on this one?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know there was building stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can build and destroy spawn points, and you can like create ammo, and I think as you level you should get a few more different like build type options. Oh, they've pushed forward. That's not good. Yeah. I'm good, thanks, Laurie. I hope you guys are enjoying the action here as we fight along the Italian front. Now, my big thing on this one is its screen tears like freaking crazy, but as I said earlier, the developers are working on more graphical options for console, for Series X, Series S, so I would imagine that will be patched more down the road. And no, VRR is really not helping you too much in this situation.
So what exactly is screen tearing, if you don't mind me asking?
You see these like wavy lines that appear across your screen randomly?
Yes.
That's screen tearing. It has to do with simplest synchronization of TV in frames. Simplest. Because I know some people will be like, oh, it's not technical enough, but for Kevin, it's just like...
That's more than enough for me.
Yeah. So there you go. And yeah, screen tearing. It's a little bit like it just needs to be optimized more, but like I said, they're putting in a few different visual options down the road. So, oh yeah, here's a good example. This guy, he's just like put down like a sandbag. Is this guy stuck in the barbed wire? That's funny. Yeah, and you can do, if you also didn't see, there are like artillery posts you can use. Like you can do mortar strikes and call in artillery. And there's like big guns you can sit on and just pepper people.
That's really cool. There's a lot of stuff they've added since we're done, eh?
Yeah. Larry misses you there, Kevin. Hello from Quebec. Hello there.
Thank you, Larry.
Dusk for Xbox and PlayStation. Oh, you were the one asking about that. October, man. October. For Dusk, they last I talked to them, which was I think 2 months ago, I checked up. They said like Halloween. So Dusk should be soon. If you guys haven't seen Dusk, it is really good. It's like a classic shooter horror title, kind of like Doom and stuff, but it's really great. It's absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic. I would say a must-play title, that one. It really is that good. So obviously I'll be covering it when it comes out. But they did last time they talked to me. They're like, wait for Halloween. And I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. So from your perspective, do you feel like you guys are like moving fast against us, or?
Not really. It took a while to take that one point. I saw our tickers went back up as we took the point. But if what I'm seeing right, it looks like you got 3 more points we have to take after this.
Yeah, there's a lot of... This is actually even, I think, one of the smaller maps. There's some where you have to do, like, row on row on row. Like, these matches can take up to an hour or even longer.
Wow, huh?
Yeah, depending on how much the struggle is, right?
Yeah. All of these games, from Battlefield to this to Hell Let Loose, any of those like really big team versus teams, I always thought it was really interesting to me to see which teams did what, you know, and like how you could do a certain battle scenario and one team will absolutely smoke one, where there's the other where it's like you've done it 100 times but you don't know why they just can't push through.
A lot of momentum.
Yeah, it's fun.
As silly as that sounds, you know, that's why I like that war mode back in like World at War for COD, because like it was all
that was
about
awesome.
momentum.
Yeah.
You guys actually, how the hell did you guys get to B?
I just ran up the side of the map.
I just like I can't comprehend it, because like we are holding down the shield position here. I don't know if it's got like a letter on it, but I think that's just a spawn of ours. And I haven't seen anybody sneak by, but you guys taking B. Wow. Like backtrack like
the
crazy.
objective looks different. It looks like we're blowing up artillery right now.
Yeah, so sometimes you're capturing spots, sometimes you're bombing places. They mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of variation there. Oh crap.
Does this game look really pretty on your end as well?
Yeah, it's like it's not the most like groundbreaking visual thing, but it does look really nice. Series S particularly looks really nice because it's like I think it's like 1600p or something like that. It is actually very high resolution for a Series S. Faster and smoother than Verdun. Yeah, well this one was like, you know, it was built for these, you know, these next gen consoles, as opposed to Verdun and Tannenberg were kind of like, they were optimized, but they weren't designed. Like you get what I mean. Like this is definitely for a newer generation. This one. So I think they have smoothed out the mechanics. They have, you know, obviously they've had some success with the other two titles. So I believe they're kind of applying that to this one. And I think the results are mostly good. If they could just smooth out the screen tearing, it actually feels really good as well. It's got some good gameplay to it. Yeah. It's a really gory shooter. Well, this is the sister product of Verdun, I guess you could say. Like it's, you know, in the same family as Tannenberg and Verdun. Anyways, it's been a while. Be sure to like the stream. Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. I think we still need like 20 channel members to unlock a new emote. Time's running a low because you know, those gifted memberships aren't gonna last forever. That's for sure. And yeah, it's like $1 or something. You get emotes, behind the scenes stuff. It's fun. It's better to be a member. Huh. Isn't that like a Virgin Mobile thing or something? Yeah, still.
You get copyrighted? No.
Oh, probably is actually. Well, no, it'd be trademarked, I think.
No, I don't.
Anyways.
I would hope not.
Yeah, anyways. And in no association with blah 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 blah. No. They don't care. Also, alternatively, there's the Patreon option. Streaming all the time, so there's always something different going on. You never know. Tomorrow is Fallout 76. We're going to the pit. It's gonna be fun. Very excited for the pit. And what else is there? Oh yeah, if you're buying this game or any game on the Xbox Store, the affiliate link in the video description is the way to go. And we also have an Amazon affiliate link as well if you'd like to go in that route. And if you like, you know, reading articles and stuff about games and whatnot, gamerheadquarters.com. I write stuff. I know it's a mouthful now, eh?
Sometimes it adds, sometimes it subtracts.
Yeah, I know. It's. I think I got it pretty down packed at this point, and then like throughout the stream, it just like lesser and lesser. I got a flow thing going on. How have I been? I've been good. Thanks for asking. I hope you've been well. And Kevin's been good too.
I've been very good. Went out with my buddy, bought me a shawarma today.
I hope it wasn't one of those shawarma places where they've been having all those restaurant issues.
As far as I know, not.
Yeah, actually, I was just reading the Pig and Duke. You know that place?
Negative, actually.
No, anyways, it's a place in the city. Cockroaches.
Oh, no way.
Shut down. But like, I can, you know, count the number of like shawarma places in the city that have had questionable problems in the kitchens. It's just disgusting. I think we have health inspectors, right?
Right?
Oh, damn it. This is not free to play. Deathloop will get announced next week. I don't really know. I mean, I doubt they'll announce it like the day the term is done. But I would imagine you're going to be hearing at least something about Deathloop in the near future. And it's going to be really neat to see whether Xbox treats it as like a full thing that they need to like do marketing for and maybe like release it a month later, or if it's something they're just going to be like, yeah, Game Pass is marketing enough and just drop it. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Deathloop. But yeah, the PlayStation 1-year exclusivity on the Xbox first-party game there is ending. I think it is on like the 20th, so we'll see what happens. I'm in the boat where I think they might wait a little bit and do some marketing with it, but, you know, if they surprise drop it, cool. Why not, right? Damn, man. Is it a pub? Yeah, I believe it's a pub, from what I understand. Yeah, I'm very excited for Dusk. I want to show that off to people and be like, this game is amazing. You know, I don't cover too many PC titles. I try to really pick and choose, but like, yeah, when you get a couple and you're like, oh, I'm so excited this is coming. Like, was that Mordha? Whenever we're streaming Chivalry, people don't shut the hell up about that game, so I hope it's as spectacular as they say it is. Ugh. You know, I was capping like 3 people off a life, and now I've just died a few times in a row. You guys are getting good pressure going in. Oh, and have you dabbled with the classes at all?
Not really, actually. I didn't think of that. Because is there still like the machine gunner class and all the different things, officer?
There's a few different classes, but there's some officer stuff too, which you might find neat, I guess, where you can call in certain things. Man, I almost had that guy just like lined up, and he just got me a bit faster.
I see someone in what looks like the late uniform. I wonder, in Verdun, as you slowly played the game more, you could get, like, you would start with, like, the 1914 uniform, and you get 1916 in that. Like, I got my Canadians, obviously, very high up, so they looked all, like, late war in that. I'm wondering if they have that thing here, too.
You do level, and you do adjust your style a bit.
That's cool.
For the membership, oh, I hope you enjoy the membership. And yeah, like I said, I think most of the gifted channel memberships should be up soon, so we'll see if we're able to push to get that one new mode unlocked. I don't think it'll happen, but honestly, you never know. You know, we were talking about like unlocking the Joel Cadier's mode, and then literally like what, 2 days later we had randomly, you know, another one unlocked. So Halo Infinite. I mean, for some people, it's fun. Trying to think if there's anything else topical to talk about. Oh yeah, if
the 343 thing.
343 thing. Yeah, we kind of went over that.
Kind of went over that. Okay.
Well, I mean, we talked about it on stream the other day, and I was kind of like gonna drop it on you while we were playing a bit to surprise you. But I feel like we chatted beforehand. Most people probably.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What do you know? Are you thinking new management's gonna shift things up a bit?
I honestly couldn't say. Obviously, I don't feel like I would really know, but I would hope. You know, a mix-up definitely couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
And the idea that you were saying, like have like 3 people taking over for it, like you would hope more would get done.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Literally, 3 people are gonna do the job that Bonnie Ross is doing, so it's gonna get divided a lot more. Hopefully, more effectively done.
Yeah, because I think Halo Infinite does definitely deserve better.
Halo fans deserve better.
But yeah.
And if you guys didn't watch, I guess the new Rick and Morty season's out. The first episode's on YouTube. I had no idea it was out. I was surprised.
You watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it today. I was like, what, it's out? I'm like, huh. Remember you used to have to wait like years for new seasons? Now they're pumping them out. Oh,
it was really rapid with Rick and Morty though. I remember the first couple seasons, it was like 2 years plus in between. Yeah. And now they're just pumping them out.
Yeah, now we're getting like 1 a year, it looks like. Which is interesting. We'll see how the quality goes from here, if it, you know, they're able to go back up or not. At least season the border. Always wanted to see this go up. Yeah, the graphics, you know, they look fine and stuff. Especially like Series S, I'm really impressed with visually. I'll have my Series S video up tomorrow. I was supposed to have it up today, but the video was just like not rendering. Like YouTube's processing was really slow today. So yeah, I wasn't able to get that out sadly. Because I mean, I'm not gonna send out like a 360p video when I can just save it for tomorrow. Hopefully people will still be interested in it at that point, but... And then there's some other games I'm kind of like waiting on info from to do videos on, but there's more stuff coming, guys. Lots of good stuff on the horizon. You saw this game on Steam. Yeah, it's on consoles and Steam, I believe, is where this one's available. And I don't think it's too expensive. I believe it's like, you know, because it is more indie, it's a little bit of a more affordable type thing. Oh, almost used. Whoa, what was that? It was like a... It says M14, but it felt like I got grenade launched or something. The restrict or whatnot. You guys are, you're pushing now, you know?
Yeah, it is actually moving. I thought you were holding us at that trench there. A little SWAT.
You're gonna have a very hard time taking these two positions. I don't know how it looks on your map, but this is like, you're gonna have to straight up go through these really entrenched MG spots. It's not gonna be super easy for you. Oh look, there's all this gas. Are you guys... I'm assuming you guys are putting the gas down, eh?
Sorry?
Well, I'm assuming you guys are like putting the gas down and making it so we can't.
Yeah.
My game crashed. Dude.
It crashed? Aw.
I'll rejoin. That sucks. I haven't had any crashes. That's funny. Well, not the best display for the game when it crashes. That is hilarious though, because I literally played however many hours of this pre-launch.
Nothing.
Nothing. But of course, you know, half hour into a stream. I like the menu music too, guys. I don't know if you've oh jeez, now my friend guide menu is slow. But yeah, anyways, the music is in the main menu, so it's kind of fun. Like it's just like a guy going oh, this is, you know, Italian. From all that.
Yeah. I did like with Verdun, where it was like the rain sounding, then all the cheesy music, you like a long way to temporary, all that.
Yeah, my friends list is laggy in this.
Is what? Sorry?
Yeah, you know, like my guide menu, it's like lagging while I'm playing this.
Huh.
Yeah. Literally
It's too much.
lagging.
No.
Alright, now I'm joining. Is that a mix? I've got a crack and rum and coke going on. Did I play the new Saints Row? No, they didn't send it, so I said screw it. Yeah. Mayor.
Missing out on some killer gameplay I saw. No,
the killer gameplay. Am I on your squad now? No, I'm not. I switch to the other team? Defenders. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't want to leave my bros behind, you know?
Right? Come die for the hill with us.
Nah, man, you're gonna die climbing this hill. You will meet only death when you try to move ahead. It is like really open down there. You guys don't have a whole lot of...
Yeah, there's not really flanks. It's like two little bottles at points that I got up here.
That's funny. I do like that this game, though, if you've played some of the other maps, they're like very trench warfare. And they're generous with cover, but yeah, spots like this, it's like a haha, good luck. Very funny. And I feel like the shooting is really tense in this one. Because it's like, if you miss, you could be like, just screwed.
Oh, I love the bolt action dance you start doing with people. I've had a couple fights like that where you both fire and you miss. You're back and forth at almost like a sniper match in Halo.
Yeah.
You know,
it feels really intense. And it's just like, you know, any mess up could be your last on this one. What does Kraken taste like? Rum? I don't know. It's like, it's what do they? It's like a spice rum. Have I played Return? What's Return? Oh, Returnal? Yeah, I did a stream of it and stuff. I didn't enjoy it. God of War. I'm very excited. The game looks beautiful. God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, simply just visually stunning. You know when you can kind of look at a game and you're like, okay, this is probably gonna be a 10 out of 10. That's kind of what that game looks like. It's yeah, I'm very excited for it this year. The question is it better than Elden Ring? Dun dun dun.
Ooh. Elden Ring fans said no.
I really like, you know, the press people that do the Game of the Year stuff or whatever. They really like you know, the PlayStation stuff, and they really, really like God of War, and
Yeah.
you know, they're great games. But I gotta wonder, is like, are they gonna reward
I gotcha.
originality with Elden Ring, or are they gonna, you know, reward intense storytelling and intense graphics? It's gonna be a fascinating Game Awards, which we'll be streaming live. No, I'm just kidding. No. Get burned alive on the copyright? No, thank you. I was actually looking, I think on Twitch they're starting to do like watch party things where you can like watch certain shows and movies with people and stuff. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been saying that for a while. It'd be great if we could like, you know, watch a movie and chat and stuff. But yeah, copyright, am I right? Obviously, I'd never do that because you just get, you know, you get roasted, you get terminated. But I do think it's funny because like people will like literally just sit there and watch like Hell's Kitchen and stuff on like Twitch streams, and I'm just like, how are they not having copyright problems? It's just nuts to me.
Big are they? I assume if you got like your 3 viewers that might not care, sort of thing. I don't know.
They get like, you know, I think someone who streamed what Avatar Airbender or whatever for like a few hours, and then they just got like cut down. But it's weird. Like I bet it increases interest in your shows. I bet they actually have math where it's like, oh wow, no, people actually are, you know, checking out the show now because of this, because it works for games. But I'm just like, I'm so amazed that they don't get just like instantly striked right down, because they obviously don't have the rights to that. You guys are really just abusing that gas. I gotta say, man.
I think this is where the offense stops, personally.
Really?
Yeah, I can't get up this hill.
You got 150 tickets? Ooh, man, you don't even want to see the next position.
It's even worse.
Oh yeah, man. A is like a perfect defensive point. I'm talking twin MGs. I'm talking like deep trenches, but with like a raised mill area. It looks like a literal fortress. A good rule of thumb for those entering the war: you do not want to fight up a hill.
Right.
That is death. Like, just, you know, just think real life. You're like a regular dude. I mean, you're kind of trained for the military, you know, you've gotten thrown into a war, so you're probably not as trained as you would be. And, you know, you have to run up a hill while getting shot at from mounted LMG points. And you're getting artillery striked, and they're firing at you. That is, you know...
Especially, like, you know, hiking and that, right? It's not like walking uphill on a sidewalk. Like, the terrain's not even, you know, it's a lot more work on your legs.
You can trip and fall, and then, you know, screw your life if it's raining or something. Or snowing. Like, when you do those Battlefield maps and you're running up, like, in the snow, I'm just like, this would just be death.
Yeah.
The frostbite, your shoes would just be wet and freezing. You wouldn't even be able to feel your feet.
That was one of my favorites, actually. Sorry, like with Enlisted on the Moscow map. There was this spot we couldn't get through, so a bunch of us just jumped in the river and swam across. And it's like the dead of winter, right? And I was just thinking that would be death.
Complete
like, just
death.
soak yourself in the middle of a field? Yeah. Like...
You wouldn't even be able to warm up. It would be like a mix of hypothermia and terror that would kill you. Oh, you guys you're breaking through to that next point.
Yeah, we actually broke up a little bit here.
I'm gonna tell you though, Kevin, welcome to hell on trying to take this one. Seriously, like, this point is...
Oh, it booted me.
It booted you? Like, you crashed or what?
Yeah, I crashed, yeah.
And then go to the gamer tag and try back, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder if this
Sure
is
if you want
the
those
real
updates or
players
not.
being in here. Hello there. Don't have a date for GoldenEye? They did say soon, so hopefully it's soon. Opponent says you already own Rare Replay. It is on Game Pass, though. Movie streams would be nice. Copyright problem. public domain. Yeah, see, the thing is, it's like movies that are public domain, you would think wouldn't have problems, but you know how YouTube copyright systems work, right? It's just like it's almost not even just worth it to try, but like even things that aren't public domain will get or things that are in public domain will still get caught by stuff, and yeah, it's copyright laws are really archaic and just like a pain in the ass to deal with. But it would be neat. It would be hilarious to bring out like a movie from like the 20s, 30s, or something like that, or something where it's public domain because all the copyrights lapsed. That would be a very entertaining thing to watch, at least for me. But
I wonder how many people would tune in for that.
It'd be neat. It'd be chill. It'd just be like kind of you'd basically be doing mystery science theater, little laughter commentary on stuff. I think it would be more like my what was it? When I streamed Xbox's event the one year where I'm just kind of quiet and put little bits of thought on things occasionally. It's a little bit more laid back and less direct chatter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did get some compliments on how I handled that one, where it's just kind of like you're watching, it's quiet, and then, when something's done, it's like, oh, okay, that's neat, or blah, 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 or oh, awesome. And it's more like reactionary than it is, directly commentating. So, how's the hill climb going?
It's pretty intense right now so far.
I'm having a hard time getting a setup where I'm like actually killing people. You guys are assaulting very well, but because from what I see, and I don't know how this shows on your side, there's barbed wire and 3 points that you have to get through. Then there's a raised LMG point. Then there's a trench. Then there's raised rock mountains. And you have to, I think, capture, or do you have to plant something here? I think it's a capture. And you've only got 90 tickets. It's good luck, my friend. Is what I have to say. God damn. Excited for Modern Warfare 2.
I do like what... Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I do like with this map how it went from like forest to like now all of a sudden this like rocky terrain.
Oh, you guys are actually up here.
Yeah, we posted. I was knifing some people in this like cave. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that was a good shot there. Oh, he went for the stab. Oh, I got his friend though. Leveled up, nice. You guys are actually it's gonna be a close one. Oh no, you guys have to plant. Oh, looks like a bomb spot. 80 tickets. It's gonna be a really interesting little back and forth here. I thought we would hold you off on some of the back trenches, but you guys are more resilient than I anticipated. It's so tense because it's like if you miss that shot, you're like, I'm dead. The road.
Do you wobble back and forth, try and make a miss?
Yeah, it's like, oh. Sometimes you're just like, you miss that first shot, you're like, I'm just instantly dead, and you just go, ugh. Sometimes you're like, oh, a little bit of a second shot. Ronin trailer. Ronin was the one where it's kind of like goes to Shizima a little bit, but more you get some sillier type weapons, I believe, or tools. Like you use hang glide and stuff. It looked neat. I mean, that state of play was very much, I think, kind of like a more Japan-focused kind of state of play. I think that's their big showcase for this year. I wonder if PlayStation has more up their sleeve, because it seemed a little lackluster for PlayStation. Usually they bring out some, really go swinging. So, that was interesting. I didn't, there was some neat stuff there. I believe they actually took a game that Xbox was supposed to be getting, and they're now publishing it, so it's going to be exclusive. I think it was called Project Eve or something, and now it's like some strike game or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the case, I've got both consoles, so I can cover them. But I thought that was interesting. A game to surpass Hell Let Loose? Ooh. I don't know if Kevin will be able to handle that.
Right. Aw.
It's a different game. I wouldn't say this is really quite like Hell Let Loose.
No, I do think this is quite a bit different. It's a smaller map, not as big. It's not focused on like communication with like officer chats and all that. Like,
I mean, there are officers in that.
yeah, there are. Yeah. Like it's like I don't know. This is more classic, but it's really fun, and it's got that like one-shot kill tacticalness to it. And I don't know. I think it does the trench warfare really neat. Like, yeah, it's cool.
I put it as a bit of a mix, like an in-between Battlefield and Hell Let Loose, kind of like in the middle of those two.
I think it would be very fair.
Yeah. I also think it'd be fair to like the stream.
Whoa!
Subscribing's great, donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Can need like 20 channel memberships, what can I say? Alternatively, Patreon option, if you're buying this game or any game on the Xbox store, the affiliate link in the video description. It's the way to go. Yeah, and now you know. Why do they need to make this free to play? It almost gets like a little annoying where everyone's like, is this free? Is this on Game Pass? It's like, not every game is going to be free or on Game Pass, guys. It's not like it's super expensive or anything. I don't know. These constantly comments like that. It's like, but why do you think this should be free? How would they make money off of this if it was? I mean, I think it's kind of refreshing this game isn't like trying to shove a battle pass or any sort of microtransactions after you. Tales from Galaxy's Edge on Quest 2. Yeah, they're just gonna port that one over. Very weak showing for the PSVR 2 out of that event, to be honest. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, I just to throw a little 2 cents in. I do kind of like that with indie games lately. Is there's a lack of like trying to sell you on cosmetics and that. Like, for example, like that Arcade Again was a really fun game, but man, I kind of got a laugh out of that. Where like in the tutorial, it was showing you how to do microtransactions. Yeah, how to buy stuff. Like once again, not saying anything bad. It was a really fun game, but yeah, like I don't know, the microtransactions, it does get old, and like with the indie games, I do enjoy them lately. I feel like they're just happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To have you playing. It's almost classic, like the way we grew up, sort of, almost, yeah.
It's nice and throwback, like, because, you know, you look at Hell Let Loose, and you look at Insurgency, and it's like, you know, they're half-price games, but they're really good. And, you know, it'd be nice if they were on Game Pass, but you look at them and I'm like, if these were free to play or something, they'd be trying to shove down, you know, battle passes or microtransactions, and they don't. I really appreciate that. Okay, so this is Victory. Is this gonna switch on to, because you know these games, what they do is it's like usually a 3-part game, so I don't know if this is the end of that campaign or what's going on this one. So you lost, Kevin.
Sure, that was pretty fun. Yeah, we did lose in the end. That was a tough spot to take.
Yeah, your wallet's hurting? Well, that's fair. But I think it's like, let's look at the story here. Yeah, it's 31 Canadian, like, you know. And then you can buy some extra outfit add-ons if you want. Seems pretty reasonable. You can get like a full deluxe edition or collector's edition. Like the most expensive one is like, what, $80, and you get all this like extra cosmetic stuff if you want it. I think $30 for this is more than fair, but you know. All to their own. Ooh, Dolomiti. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. God of War controller. I was actually, yeah, it does look like a very lazy controller. But I was also kind of be like, oh good, they're showing God of War. And then they showed off the controller and I was like, are they not showing gameplay? So I was going to be like, no way Sony's that bold. And then they showed the gameplay after and I was like, oh, okay. But right, Kevin, you're like looking and you're like, oh, God of War controller. So does that mean we're not seeing God of War today? Or it's kind of like at E3 the one year where they showed Gears Pop, and I was like, really? You tease the Gears of War, and you showed Gears Pop. Wow. But then they showed Gears 5 and some other Gears stuff, so I was like, okay. Hey, same team, Kevin.
Yeah, I wanted to swap over for it.
Alright, so this one sucks on the offensive. Like, this is gonna be hell. Like, when you get to the top of this hill, they literally spawn, like, on it. It's gonna be rough. A trial or something? Eh. I mean, there might be a trial. I have no idea. What game is this? It is, it's Isonzo. Italian front World War I action, man. But it looks pretty good. There is lots of screen tearing. They are supposed to be doing graphical changes soon. And yeah, Donnie Darko. I don't actually think I've seen that one. Have you watched that one, Kevin?
Yeah, I've seen that one. My girlfriend was really big on it. It was really mind-bending. I don't know. Should I spoil it or no?
I don't know. Maybe I'll spoil it.
Don't spoil it. Okay,
Maybe
well, there's...
scene or something.
No, fair enough. There's a big twist in the end, and like...
I feel like
yeah,
I've read it, or maybe watched it when I was younger.
Right.
I don't remember.
I don't know. When I watched it, I was kind of like, what? Like, you know, like, I don't know.
Cut that bar.
It's hard to give away without spoiling, but yeah, I wasn't necessarily impressed with the concept it brought across. Was But I know it's got like its like own cult following, if you will. Like a lot of people really do like it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cult classic. Maybe I have seen it. I feel like we've even conversed about it before. I don't know. Anyways, hello there. I'm going to be bold and try to remove this barbed wire. So let's do this. They don't get shot. Barbed wire gone. Let's go. Climb the mountain. Man, could you imagine running up this hillside with like a gun and everything? Oh, your calves. My calves hurt just even thinking about it. Oh, nice. No! Shot the rock. Damn it, man. How's the map selection? There's several levels that you fight. It's all very mountainous. Very, very mountainous, because it's the Italian front. But, you know, I think that's pretty good. Hell Let Loose left a bad taste in your mouth for maps? Some of the Hell Let Loose maps are actually pretty spectacular, I thought. Not that one, though. You know
Except Purple Heart Lane, yeah. It's a swamp.
That one could go die in a hole.
Yeah.
I am kind of interested in the... It's supposed to be doing, like, what, night maps and stuff soon? That'll be neat.
Yeah, they got that coming out, and
yeah.
I think it's out for PC, but a couple of British maps, like, yeah.
It's out for PC.
That should be really
later, I believe. But I don't think we have a date yet. Actually surprised I just killed that guy. That made me look like a real badass guy. I'll put that out there. Can you ask Kevin if you can aim down the sight in this game?
What's that in reference to?
War Thunder?
Oh, hilarious. Oh, yeah. I don't know, what button would that be, though? That was funny.
You ran around forever trying to find someone. Yeah, no, this is a lot more focused. This isn't spread out like Hell Let Loose. Calling a robotic dog. That's 2042, man. But yeah, I'd say this game's pretty decent. I personally quite liked it. I mean, I put up the review video today on Series X. I'll have a review video up for Series S tomorrow, and it's enjoyable. Yeah. What are your overall thoughts, Kevin? I think you played it a bit less than I have, but...
I think this is very cool. I very much liked Verdun. I never really played Tannenberg too much myself, but yeah, I really like Verdun, and it's like a modern version of it. It looks a lot better. The shooting's a lot smoother, I think, and
even
yeah, I think it's a very cool game.
Is improved a lot.
Yeah.
I do wonder because I think they got a new publisher for this one, the developers. It'd be neat if they could make like some kind of 3-pack deal with Game Pass down the road. I mean, obviously they're not going to do it right away because they want sales and whatnot. But it would be very interesting if they could put all 3 of them on Game Pass, and then they could be like, you know, a little bit more crowded. The other 2, right, are a lot. You know, you can't really find too many people.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting because I don't think it would cost Xbox too much to get these ones on there. This one, obviously, because it's new. And yes, the servers are healthy, guys. There's lots of people playing. But weird complaint that I think maybe Kevin and I have is inverted server browser.
Yeah, that was weird when I saw it.
Yeah, you go up
check that out.
Just strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before. jeez. Oh, damn it. Never heard of Tannenberg. Well, it's all the same, like, family of World War I shooters, right? We're done. Tannenberg and Isonzo. Basically, like, the same, but, you know, different fronts, different locations, and obviously, you know, improved over one another because they came out different times, so they... got various improvements. They're all optimized for Series XS, though, which is nice. Very few companies, especially indie ones, went back and touched up their older titles, so... Bonus points for doing that. Oh, god damn it. A real World War I shooter? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just be sitting. Well, I mean, I don't think World War I was all just, like, sitting there in the trenches all the time. Eventually, you know... I think it was really more of an experimental kind of war, because it was the first time that things had really started to change. You know, because some generals were still stuck in the... you know, you kind of line up and shoot and stuff, and you know, then everybody kind of adapted and it became really trench warfare. And they were really testing things, right? Like the first kind of like proto-tanks, I guess you would say. And
yeah, it was really innovative. That's where we actually even got the term tank. They were going to call it the land ship, but they didn't want the Germans to catch on to what we were doing, so they came up with the code name tank.
Yeah. And then, you know, obviously playing around with dangerous gases, and, you know, first machine guns were coming in, and a lot of innovation, I guess you would say.
Oh, there was neat stuff. The bar.
Mustard gas?
Obviously. Yeah, mustard, yeah.
Dude, I'm on A right now, there's mustard gas. Holy. Didn't think I'd see that in a game. Anyways. Final Vendetta. I don't even know what Final Vendetta is. Sorry. If you drop that in the Discord too. Yeah. I get any more details on that. Sorry, I feel like I cut you off there, Kevin. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just going on about weapons and how they were like the bar Browning automatic rifle that like you see a lot in the World War II shooters. It's what it's known for, but the Americans came up with that one, and the whole idea was that you could walk with it and lay down fire on the trench as you approached. Like, I don't know, it basically saying that, yeah, you nailed it. It was a really interesting time and a change of warfare.
And then, like, World War II was kind of like, okay, we're pissed about what happened in World War I, and now we've got weapons that really do damage. And obviously that was a very different theater, like, you know, style of war too. You see a bazillion World War II shooters, but I think World War I maybe at times might be a bit interesting, just because it was so much like a huge shift from the old ways to the new ways of combat, and people being like completely caught off guard because, you know, what used to work all of a sudden is completely useless with the new weapons and the new tools and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd say World War II was almost like a bit more of a grind fest of, you know, really intensive killing tools and weapons.
Very grind fest. It kind of set up the way we fight even today in a lot of ways, yeah.
Although I say nowadays it's a little bit more like guerrilla type warfare, you know, a lot less kind of direct, more kind of
a lot of that has changed. Obviously no war is good, but even just the way we fight now, probably a little better. It keeps bigger nations from going at each other, theoretically. Yeah,
the rules of engagement have changed a lot.
Yeah,
there have been wars, but I don't think we've really had like a truly modern war.
Yeah. There's a term for it, actually, the long peace, and that basically since World War II, none of the major G20 countries have had direct conflict with each other since.
It's just proxies.
Yeah, it's all proxy and that. So yeah, and there's also the neat comment, which once again, no war is good, but that every conflict we've had since World War II, the death total does not add up to the Second World War. Yeah. So we have gotten better in that regard.
Because it was just kind of like senseless high levels of killing.
Yeah.
It's a side-scroller beat-em-up. Well, I'll keep my eye on it. Maybe just drop a Discord note and I can take a look into it more, Liam. Yeah. Where's Ezio? We were making little jokes like that
Right?
beforehand about like Ezio and stuff because it's Italian. Ugh.
Do you imagine that? You get a high enough kill streak, Ezio comes down and like assassinates someone, gives you a high five. You know,
it's you know, like you keep saying that like a modern Creed. You know, some people are like, oh, blah, blah. What about a World War I Creed?
That's where, yeah, like I don't know, where could they take it? Like I remember, yeah, in Unity when you do the little time jumps, I thought that was really kind of cool, but
because it's like. I don't know if a World War I set Creed would be that much different from, like, say, Unity with, like, you know, the muskets and whatnot, right? It's still kind of relatively slower rate shooting and...
Yeah. Well, and actually, Syndicate, my girlfriend was showing me that there's a DLC I never knew about where you actually do a little bit of World War I.
Really?
You're running around killing Templars. Yeah, I didn't know that.
People only talk about the Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, yeah.
And it steals all the thunder from the, you know, with that DLC. It's obviously being based on that character, right?
Yeah.
That character.
But
that historical figure. Huh.
Oh, that's a neat point, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what types of individuals or events get remembered in history. Because there's probably been lots of, well, I mean, there has been lots of people that, you know, do murders and, you know, whatnot. But only certain ones...
Jack the Rippers. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. I feel like a good offense in this game revolves around using gas attacks. Holy. Man, that's a lot of gas warfare. Boxing matches? I think a lot of future warfare is going to be like drone-based or people plus, you know, drone or AI-based things.
That's really neat that you bring it up. I wasn't going to do too much, but look, we're almost at a neat point now where we could be making another big shift in the way a lot of combat's done.
Yeah.
We could be getting much more mechanical and, you know,
I think it's almost,
yeah.
It would be more terrifying fighting against machines than it would be to fight against another person.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, like, not going too much into conflicts itself, but I've seen things of people talking about of, like, using drones to, like, there was a guy...
It's weird.
Weird, yeah. Well, there was a guy who was showing that there was this, BMP firing, and that they were using drones to adjust over the field, like they were shooting overhead, and this drone they were adjusting their fire to what they saw on the drone. Like even that was like, it was almost like Ghost Recon Wildlands-ish, you know? Like,
well, there's I think there's some glasses and stuff I've
stuff.
seen, or even golfers that will like aim for you, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are at CES and stuff. They were showing some of those off, where it's like a smart glasses or something you wear, and it kind of like, almost like AR, kind of like guides you to the hole and whatnot. And you know, if you have that as like something a regular person might be able to get, you could just imagine war-wise what kind of things. Because if you guys know what HoloLens is, I believe there was a very large military, I don't know if Microsoft did end up getting that contract, but there was a very large military contract Microsoft was almost getting for using HoloLens technology for the US military.
That's neat. There is, you might think this is really neat, don't know if you know about it, but, I can't remember which, but it's the F-22s or something like that, but pilots in the US, they have a $400,000 helmet that is basically like, it makes it a VR around your jet, and you can like set off settings so that you can see through your jet like it's not there, and it puts your HUD up on screen and everything for like everything you're doing.
That
like it's fascinating or whatever, and it's like interesting because of like cost of things, and maybe it is a good thing too, but that a lot of the really neat military stuff is so expensive to make, because for whatever reason, if you could drop that cost, like there'd be no reason why you couldn't put that on a standard soldier for whatever reason if you could drop the cost to make it. But yeah, like they were showing it in that jet, and it was really neat, like almost like putting on a Spartan helmet the way it like turns on, and yeah, it was cool.
I mean, eventually that'll probably be their goal, but yeah, feasibility is such a big thing. I mean, you can even see a modern conflict today where you can see that feasibility is a big issue. You know, that's how some wars in history have been lost, is based on your country's coffers running out.
Yeah.
Wasn't the big saying, and I think it's a lot of movies and stuff do this, but where you sue for peace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this part is going to suck.
Yeah, looking up on that hill, that's one heck of a little mountaintop they got there. No,
yeah, like I played this last night, this map, and it's like the top part of it is the worst, but this is not an easy take. Like, I don't know if people, like, let me pull up the map here. Oh man, that is a hill. Oh lord, from Metal Gears? Oh jeez, Kojima. Hypersonic missiles, not in World War I. Oh, bonjour, Matt. He says hello to you as well.
Oh, bonjour, Matt. Hope you're having a great day.
You don't know what they're doing with the Assassin's Creed IP? Well, Valhalla was their most popular Creed. Every single Creed they put out makes more and more money. They're just doubling down on Creed, and they're going to pump out as much Creed as they can to maximize their profits. That's exactly what's happening with Creed. They are going to get you... they're giving you exactly what you want. They're giving you a classic Creed. They're giving you a modern ninja Creed. They're going experimental with spin-off Creeds like Hexen, like the Salem Witch Trials. They're going to do some multiplayer type stuff, and they're doing a big mobile Creed set in China to totally not cater to the Chinese mobile market, not at all. And yeah, you're getting a lot of Creed, which I think if you're a fan should be a good thing. You know what else is a good thing, Kevin?
Odd. Liking the stream?
Liking the stream.
On the stream.
Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Again, we need like 20-something channel members. It's like $1 or something. It's not too bad. Alternatively, Patreon option. Streaming all the time. If you're buying this game or any game in the Xbox store. Affiliate link in the video description is the way to go. Oh my god, what was that?
That was neat.
We have an Amazon affiliate link too. Horse Racing Creed. I think there's quite a few Creeds where you do like chariot stuff, isn't there?
Isn't that in like Odyssey and all that? They got the chariots.
Yeah, I think even Origins, don't you do like some chariot? I feel like they've done like even Revelations. You do a little bit of like karting stuff, and you know there's carriages and like
Syndicate. You have the carriages. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying like, yeah, Ghost Recon Future Soldier? So yeah, I bet there's already stuff like that right now. You just don't really hear about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Future Soldier was so neat with like the mix of like a traditional soldier, but then you got like more advanced stuff. But Ghost Recon's always done that, except for the last couple Ghost Recons. You know, like Wildlands is cool and all, and Breakpoint's, you know, Breakpoint, but like, you know,
sorry, got it.
every Ghost Recon before that was very futuristic designed, if that makes sense. Like they were very much, you know, you had like state-of-the-art technology, you had heads-up displays and stuff. And again, Wildlands is really good, but it doesn't really, like, it almost sends you a little bit more back to basics, if that makes sense. I don't know if you agree with that at all, Kevin, but you're not like, you know, you're not visor teched in, you're not scanning areas, you're, you know, it's still, it's Ghost Recon, but it's not like future Ghost Recon.
Yeah. Oh, I'd agree with that, yeah.
Damn it.
Is there anything announced for Ghost Recon, or sorry?
Well, they canceled the Battle Royale that they were doing, because everybody thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're doing with the series right now, actually. They might wait a bit, I would imagine, before doing doing something. Or there's probably a team working on some sort of follow-up at this point. I don't think you'll see it for a bit, though. Okay, we're progressing faster than I thought we would be progressing, so this is good. Imagine being in this gorgeous place, and it's just terror every moment of you
right?
Like these mountain ranges and stuff, like it's so pretty, and it's just like complete hell.
This is quite fascinating. Like a lot of the maps, like you go back to Battlefield 1, the way they show the rocks everywhere. There was the one thing I looked up on the Italian front that was saying one of the worst injury problems they had was like when mortar or artillery would go off, the shrapnel of rocks flying everywhere.
Oh god.
That would hit you. Yeah.
I can't even imagine getting all those like rocks and like embedded in you and stuff from like
right? Yeah.
Okay, so this part really sucks taking A because they spawn. Like they literally spawn on it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I do like the mix-up of objective. It's cool.
No, it's nice that they give you a little bit of variation, but yeah, this is gonna really, like, they just pour in. It's gonna be so hard to take. So we gotta get, like, hopefully, like, a quick surprise capture, because it's like, yeah, this was a nightmare last night. A date for the free division, the Division Heartland, I believe it's supposed to be before the end of the year, but the fact that we haven't had a release date kind of makes me feel like it's gonna be a little later on. GoldenEye is real. I told you it was real. People count my ass. Kevin's laugh so dirty. You want a full Creed game with just horse racing. Have you played Ben-Hur the video game? I think it's delisted now, but yeah.
That's all that is, eh? Just chariot racing.
AC multiplayer. Yeah, we really, like, I keep trying to set up like an AC multiplayer night, but it's just like everybody has lives they're living, so it's so hard to get people to come together to do it. You know, like, you know, even Kevin, we're very fortunate that you work a job where you're able to come and, you know, swing by and play a little bit, but, you know.
Yeah.
So many people are just really, really busy, and, you know, it's hard to get people together, but the Creed idea was what we're going to do with Black Flag, and is, yeah, would have been a blast. But maybe with Assassin's Creed Infinity doing multiplayer again, maybe we'll get something like that going down the road. Double kill. Triple kill. Overkill.
Which one was it? Revelations, where like you could get into a lobby and you had to like find the assassin and try kill them in the crowd.
Sorry, which one?
You remember that? I think it was Revelations when that one came out, and the multiplayer for it was like you'd be in a lobby and it would be like assassins versus Templars, and you had to like find them in the crowd and yeah, like that was really cool.
It was Revelations, Brotherhood, and like I said, Black Flag has that. So
yeah,
that was the idea. Was we were gonna do. I think there was supposed to be 4 of us, but you know the other people weren't really available. So but we were gonna do Black Flag and just do the multiplayer. I thought that would be hilarious. Bring out the dandy. Riley always plays as the dandy. They're bombing us. Watch Dogs is dead? I don't think Watch Dogs is dead. I think you'll see Watch Dogs again. Like, I know a lot of people think... Like, I don't think...
Hey, we won.
Legion was a complete failure. I think it did okay. Wow, I can't believe we took that. That's a really good victory there, Kevin, because like I said, last night when I tried this, oh man, that was
tough.
Hell. Is this worth buying? It's pretty fun. I think it's pretty enjoyable. New Xbox UI. Yeah, they're slightly adjusting the dashboard. It's not that big of a change, but as I always say, I do not care about the dashboard being updated or changed. It really makes no difference to me. I spend 2 seconds on the dashboard and then I leave. Oh, Discord got added today, guys. You can go to your parties and chat. I don't know if it kind of shows because I'm in the way, but like I guess I can hide myself for a second. Yeah, so you can now do Discord voice for your chat channels and stuff if you want to use Discord on Xbox. It's out now. Should probably do a video on that or something. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at doing a video on it. How is the Costco going on, Kevin?
It's very good. I'm there officially myself. So, yeah,
Nice.
I made it. Yeah, very good.
I hope you enjoy your PS5 console there. Cool, have fun, man. And it crashed. God damn it, Kevin.
Aw.
Son of it. Are you in the match?
Yes.
I'll just join
Stay
in.
in, I assume?
Yeah, just stay in. I'll just join in.
Alright.
Yeah. They took away the pins. Did they really? Because the pins are all I care about. The Xbox DVR, they need to fix it? Yeah, seriously. But as I said, I think the Xbox DVR is like pretty low priority for them, sadly. They did acknowledge it though, so. This is not on Game Pass. If something's on Game Pass, they usually throw in the title, guys. How was my day? It was riveting. I went to Costco today. There weren't lots of tasters, which is disappointing. But I had my hot dog and stuff, and it was nice. It was a nice day. Are you on the defense?
Yes.
Okay. And then I kind of sat around and actually I finished the ending a little bit of Destroy Humans 2.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know.
Kind of funny, Crypto's little solution in the end, no?
Oh yeah, of course. Crypto's
Yeah.
always.
Sorry.
I mean, like
guy.
I've played it, right? Like, it's a remake. It's just.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. It was just kind of a little bit of it left. I kind of finished that, and everybody around here is on vacation, so it's like I can't really do any work stuff. And it's just kind of like, it's just kind of chilling out,
Yeah.
relaxing, and playing some stuff. And then we I chatted with you guys and did some competitive Halo 3 multiplayer for a bit, and that was really it. Wow, they are just storming in here, eh? Oh my god, my arm got shut off. Jeez. Have you noticed this game is like pretty gory?
Yeah. I've seen a bit of it.
Okay, in the settings, there's actually a setting to adjust how gory this game is, and by default it's on medium. So like...
Thank you for letting me know. I kind of actually want to crank that just to see.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. There's an ultra gore setting. Oh my god. And for you guys,
Where is that,
like field of
graphics?
view, yeah, graphics and yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like pretty graphic, and then there's like an ultra gore.
I throw an ultra just to see. Like, obviously it's a video game, but like it always kind of is interesting. One of my favorite moments was I had a buddy and we spawn in and hell let loose, and a tank hit him directly, and it just blew him away. And I got the clip of it. It made me laugh, because it's so like extreme and out there, like. I
think the first time I was legitimately like, whoa, at like gore in a game was World at War.
Yeah, well, actually, you very good point with the trench gun when you walk point blank someone, like.
Betty's.
Yeah. Oh,
Betty's
and yeah.
Nasty, man.
That is honestly, one of the first things I could think of noticing that. Yeah.
I mean, hell, the game starts with like a guy getting his like eye burnt out by a cigar.
Yeah.
It's.
I always reference that. That's when Call of Duty had a little bit of behind their campaign. Yeah, a little bit of edge. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would say nowadays it kind of lost that, but you can go up to those Modern Warfare games. Hell, Modern Warfare 3, dude. There's like a little family you play as that are filming their vacation in London, and they get like freaking like gas bombed and stuff.
I think those Modern Warfare games for me are just as in line as World at War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did not
That's
hold back.
peak COD for me, at least.
Yeah. I think people are too hard on Modern Warfare 3. I like that one. It's
Oh, that was
big,
fine, yeah.
lots of content. If there's one game that I really hope that Game Pass revitalizes, is that one. I hope that they make the DLC stuff all free, and that it's just like, because that game was kind of one of the first times that a company experimented with like games as service, but like you had to pay for it. You had to pay for all the extra content. But they did like, I think it was 3 packs every other month or something. You would get a Spec Ops mission and like 2 multiplayer maps. So that game is like stuffed with content. And yeah, that one I think Game Pass wise could really, you know, that one could get all bumped up. If anything though, that one needs like a full chunky remaster. That would be sexy. But you know, they probably just got the campaign there. The Russian, no, Russian was a brutal mission. That one's kind of like cartoony to me, looking back on it. Like, no, think about it though. It's like, it's kind of over the top, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like cartoonish in terms of like you're just like mauling down like helpless people. To me, the Modern Warfare 3 part with the family and stuff is worse. Because you're literally playing as like, I think it's a father filming like a little girl in London, you know, kind of being excited to being there, and they get gas bombed. Like that it's just sickening. Like,
no, that's interesting. No Russian to me was never for like the extreme thing. I just always thought that was the, I think I've said it on stream before, I'll say it again, that was the best excuse for the World War III video game scenario I've ever seen. And it was smart. The whole no Russian is a comment that Makarov knew you were a CIA agent the whole time. You know, like, yeah, like it's the best plot I've ever seen for that. Better than even the Battlefield games.
Yeah, it's a perfect excuse for like any country that had that happen would be out for blood.
Yeah, exactly, and the whole thing, and then they got to wrap it up nicely with Modern Warfare 3, that, oh, well, you know, Makarov's done this, Shepard's done that, if you take them out, everyone can go back to peace. Like, just, that was peak Call of Duty campaign in my mind. They never did a campaign better. Yeah.
Anyways, oh, the Tokyo Game Show Xbox event. Yeah, that should be interesting. I wonder if they're going to announce any neat partnerships. Because Xbox is doing a showcase there. Because, you know, people are always like, oh, Xbox needs to be... Oh, funny, was it the Octopus Traveler? Oh, God, what, the Octopath Traveler? You guys know what I'm talking about. So it's like this incredibly beautiful, just gorgeous JRPG. And it debuted on Xbox with Xbox Game Pass. But it wasn't on PlayStation. So now they're doing a sequel, and the sequel isn't on Xbox, but it's on PlayStation. It's so weird. Like, why wouldn't you just even port over the first one to PlayStation? Or like, why is Xbox getting left out of the sequel? It's Square Enix, man. I think they're gonna get bought by PlayStation really soon, and I think that might be why. But it's weird. Really weird. Amicia? Oh, I'm so excited for Plague Tale. You're almost out of time to finish the first Plague Tale there, Kevin, if you want to prepare for the sequel.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I think it
made it sound really cool.
This month or something. Yeah, and then the sequel comes out really, really soon. Master Chief's Italian rear end. That was funny. Your DVR doesn't even work at all when you play Cyberpunk. That sucks, man. Again, that's why I kind of moved towards... what is that? Doing like the pass-through device, because I used to record everything through the Xbox DVR, but it's so goddamn unreliable. And there was always like, I don't know if you guys saw some videos where it would do like frame skipping. That was because of the stupid ass DVR thing. And with my pass-through device recording to like OBS, I have like literally no issues. It's perfect. It shows you all the frame rate problems in games perfectly. It looks visually good. When I get a new PC, when, you know, they ever announce the new stuff, I'll be able to even have a higher quality, and it's just, like, perfect. The only thing I'm missing is the capability to film, like, high frame rate, like 120 FPS, but, you know, eventually I'll get a new pass-through down the road. I need to upgrade to Series S. Oh, you know it. That's where the cool stuff is, man. Series S. The audio is gnarly on this game. It is. It's pretty crazy. Ghost to a barbecue? What was that? Well, Square is following the money, right? Like, they've been having issues and struggling, so they're following where the cash flow is. And I believe they've been looking for a buyer, and I'm pretty damn sure PlayStation is going to buy them. Xbox will pick up Activision Blizzard, PlayStation will get Square Enix, and I think Xbox will probably make some more moves after. I doubt they're done buying even publishers after Activision Blizzard, to be honest. They're not going to stop until governments actually do step in. And, I really want them to pick up Ubisoft. I know that's going to be very hard at this point because of the extra purchase influx from Tencent, but I really, really would like that. We'll see what happens. Da-da-da-da. But for now, the best thing you can do is like the stream. Subscribing's great, donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member again. You need like 20 channel members. We can do it, I think. Maybe, probably not, but anyways, it's fun to push for it. Alternatively, Patreon option, if you're buying this game or any game on the Xbox Store, the affiliate link, video description is the way to go. I mean, you're buying the game anyways, you might as well. And, Kevin's here.
Hey!
Yeah, I think we're gonna hold these guys. Are you in my squad or no?
I was actually just gonna switch to your squad. I realized it wasn't.
Oh, okay. What do you... Oh, yeah, no, we got pushed. Did we get pushed?
They're actually breaking through on a spot. Hopefully they have the 3 spots they gotta take, though. We've defended brilliantly so far.
Because I was like, we're like holding this line, but yeah, it seems they're getting through now. Kevin has 1 day to get through a Plague Tale. That's not happening.
How long is it?
12 hours, I think. Make it your day tomorrow.
Right.
It's really good. It really is. It's a very, very good game. Kevin's here, you didn't realize it. Oh, that's funny. He hasn't been talking this whole time.
No.
That one stream was funny, though. Where your voice wasn't coming through.
Oh, yeah, and people, I can't hear them. It was like, what?
You guys have just been sitting there. People will sit there for a long time before they say anything. They'll be like, oh, I thought you knew, or whatever.
Wasn't there the one time... Sorry.
You go on.
I was gonna say, I think we're about to mention the same story, but yeah, there was the one time you were saying that you they couldn't hear you for like a good 30 minutes plus, right? And then you're like, what? No one can hear me, and someone commented that, oh, we thought you wanted it that way.
I think it was the game sound was off or something.
Or game sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
This map is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm looking at it from, like, a distance, and it's, like, this really hilled kind of castle-like place. It just looks like a fantasy
The hip fire is not too bad in this one, either.
That's low res over there. The fire? It's hit or miss for me, the fire. Sometimes it looks nice, but sometimes it looks like just floating flames. I find that video games really struggle to do, like, good-looking flames in a video game. Like... really struggles, but you know, at a distance it doesn't look too bad, but sometimes it'll be like, oh, that's just floating fire, and I don't know why that is, you know. I really don't. I should actually share with you this one video I was watching where they're showing off Unreal Engine 5, but it's like they're walking through a forest and they have like a setting where it's like you can choose the percentage of autumn. It's like more autumn.
Oh really? That's funny.
But it's like, it's this really, really beautiful forest. But I think the snow scene looked the most realistic to me, because they do like a regular, I guess you would say, summer green. Like, it's really green, it's really vibrant, but like, it had like an uncanny valley kind of effect, where I kind of look at that, I'm like, it looks like nature, but to my eyes, it doesn't look properly like nature. And I'm just wondering if you would have a similar thought when you see that, if you see that footage. Because I was just looking at it, I was like, it just, there's something about how you move through it and you look at things that doesn't really quite look right. We're getting good.
That's funny. Yeah.
But not quite there.
Fire is an interesting. I can't remember. It was a game you and me were doing together, and we were already kind of unimpressed. But if you this jars your memory, but we walked up to like this car that was on fire, and you're like, oh, look at that 8-bit fire or something like that. Like it looked like something out of like, like
what was that?
Like pre-PlayStation 2. You kind of remember that? Like,
no, I definitely remember that one, but I can't remember what game it was.
Yeah.
I'm always one of the ones to comment on that stuff too. Ooh, this sticks out bad. Yeah, break this down.
What I think is neat, and I've noticed this in a couple games, but some games where they're wet graphics, where everything's wet, looks almost better than when it's not. Like, I thought Fallout 4, after rain, the way your, like, companions and you would look, you know, sort of thing, like, kind of drenched. Like, I don't know why, I just thought that looked beautiful myself. Like, really well done.
More thirsty, Kevin. You got that
Maybe
thirst.
more thirsty, yeah. I don't know, it looked good. I was like, wow, huh.
I think, like, wetness is actually something that is pretty easy to do for developers at this point. And I think some stuff looks better in the rain, just to your eyes, looks more appealing, and is a little easier to... Because, you know, rain kind of changes how things look to you, so it's a little easier to emulate that. And I also think that in the rain, things shimmer and shine a bit more, which is more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Because I love driving when it's raining out, or like just when it's done raining, and you can see all like the puddles and the cars, and they get like an extra sort of like shine or look to them. And this is in real life, by the way, guys. I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, it's just neat how it changes how your eyes perceive, you know, the environment around you. It's just a neat thought. Layers of Fear, yeah, it looks kind of neat. Hey there, Slaughter. And yeah, my house is missing all the Kevin fun. Like I said, we're doing Fallout 76 tomorrow. We're gonna do the pit. It should be a blast.
Has Maiha been by often? Or...
He comes, he goes.
Oh, okay.
And does this thing. And other people join the pit? How does that one work? Can't remember. Fallout 76, how many people can you have in a party? Is it like 4 or something?
Honestly, not too sure.
I don't remember. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. It should be a blast. No, we had people join before, right? Didn't that one guy like carry us through the?
Yeah, we've had people join. I'm just not sure how big the party is. I think it's 4 or 5.
Ugh. Mustard gas.
Oh, come on, I want to hold this spot. We did so well.
Everyone's excited for GoldenEye. Don't you suck at parking? Yeah, I gotta make a video on that one. I'm not gonna do a stream, but I'm gonna do a video on that game. It's actually pretty entertaining. I was supposed to have a video ready for it today, but again, like, everyone here around here is just like on vacation right now, so I can't get like any work done. And yesterday, I did, like, I was supposed to do The Last of Us yesterday, but I was so tired after the Banff stream. My game crashed again. God damn it. Or Banff stream, after my Banff trip and stuff, and then I got home and I was just freaking exhausted. I'm like, I'm just gonna do Gears because I'm so tired. And yeah, that's what happened there.
I saw you had the Gears stream going. I thought that was neat.
I love Gears. So fun. Great game. The pit from Fallout 3. Yeah, exactly. So in Fallout 76, they're doing this new thing called Expeditions, where you go to different places. So to me, that kind of sounds like down the road, like maybe each year they're going to send you to different places in the Fallout universe. And that could be really cool.
It is neat. I wonder how big the map's going to be. It would be cool if you got actually a good little chunk to explore, you know?
Yeah. That's my biggest question, actually, is like, how much content are we going to get out of this?
Yeah.
How do I change squads? Okay.
Bet you any money they bring back the gladiator pit.
The teaser, it looked like you go through some like narrow places. Okay, you're squad A. So I've had 3 crashes. How many of you had? 1?
1 so far.
Okay. Yeah, we were calling the gear stream the Gears of Us.
The gear.
I was just too tired. Like, I don't want to do a single player game if I'm not going to be like alert and into it, if that makes sense. Like, it just kills the vibe. Gears, I was just like, oh, I'm so tired. I still feel tired from it.
They just got that, man.
Yeah, that was... I really thought we were going to hold that off there. This defensive position looks fascinating. I love the preview menu because you can like, you see the different barbed wire setups, the MG turrets. Very neat because you actually, if you had like a strategic team, like if you were mic'd up, if you had like an officer and everything doing blah blah blah, your little chat strategies could be fascinating based on how you like position people in that. It really could be quite neat because they give you the full overlay. I wonder how authentic this is. Like I know that the uniforms, the guns, everything like that's pretty authentic, but I mean like map wise, I wonder if this is actually like, actual war strategies or war fronts. If you at all get what I'm going for, but I just I wonder if they've actually taken historical combat scenarios and recreated them in this, because that would be really fascinating.
As far as I know, all the maps are based off battles, like in Verdun and that. But yeah, I think I get what you're saying that on like how well they did the maps to them, sort of thing. Yeah, I do really appreciate it. I mentioned that in the War Thunder one, but like the Berlin map, where like I gotta give Gaijin credit. It's literally the overview map of that battle, and that was like, whoa.
Yeah,
hats
you get
off,
exactly
sort of thing. Yeah.
I wonder how authentic Enlisted is.
Yeah, it makes you wonder too. Same makers, all that, right?
Yeah. I have to do Enlisted again sometime. It looks like Battlefield 1. That's because it's World War 1. It's a crash game. Oh my god. Calls me dear all the time. Well, that's, I think dear is something that a lot of people kind of use in different places, isn't it? I don't know if I'm crazy for that. I feel like
deer, for my own, if I was to stereotype it, I picture an older lady, if you will.
Yeah.
Or deer. That's the only time I've ever really heard that used.
I don't think it'd be too weird of a thing to say to someone that's deer, blah blah blah. That doesn't matter. I like, was it the British that use love? Hey, love.
Yeah, love, yeah.
Yeah, I wish that was more common here.
And I love that they're,
term, right?
Yeah. Well, I always liked with a lot of the Brits, and I believe some of the Australians I've met too online, that they use mates.
Mate,
like we use dude or bro. Yeah.
I think mate would be more fun almost. Hey, mate.
Yeah, alright? Like...
But then again, you can't really break the way people talk in here. Like, yeah. It's kind of funny. Oh, did you know we get a federal holiday on the 19th?
On the 19th? Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, for the Queen. Well, I thought it was weird that they hadn't announced one, because as far as I understand, traditionally, if a royal, passes away, or sorry, like ahead of whatever, you know what I'm talking about, passes away, Canada, we're supposed to recognize it by doing at least a day of, a holiday or whatever, mourning period. So I was surprised it took them so long to be like, yeah, okay, we're doing a day.
Yeah.
But they announced that, and every province decides what kind of holiday it is. Like, it's a federal holiday, so it's like each province will be like either if it's everybody or not, and some provinces are like, no, it's not going to be. And some people were like complaining, it's like, oh, restaurants have like suffered enough, and it's like, who cares about restaurants?
Yeah, right. So if it's going to be federal on the 19th, I bet you any money Costa would have it off then, eh?
We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, well, obviously I can't say, but like it had me curious. I was looking at my schedule right now.
Yeah, because this just got announced today too, so you might not know right away. But yeah, Costco usually is on the ball on that, aren't they? They do the.
Oh yeah, everything. Yeah, everything I've seen, at least all the holidays are like off for everyone.
Yeah.
What I've seen. Yeah.
I mean, she served for like 70 years. The least our government could do to realize that is to give people a day off to mourn.
Yeah. No, it's a respect thing. That's old traditions. Like the older traditions you go to, it's supposed to be actually like a week, of like mourning and stuff like that, Yeah.
But I mean, that literally is the basis of our government. I know it sounds silly and it's all symbolic, but it is, you know, you carry those traditions forward because those are the traditions of your country. And people are constantly like, oh, Canada doesn't have any culture, any traditions, and blah, blah, blah. But we kind of do, and then people complain about the ones we have, and it's like, well, if you don't, you know, even push the little bits that we do have, which are like our kind of claim to them.
They fade away.
Yeah, they just fade away, and then they're worthless. I actually kind of like our connection to the monarchy and stuff, because it kind of extends our history a bit, because, you know, we're obviously a very young country, and I think by having that British connection, it like kind of like ages it up more, or at least gives us more of a historical backdrop. It's just neat. Yeah. Gearing Master Chiefs for rent? I don't think we'll be doing any of that. That's what Cortana's for. Game is fair priced. Yeah, it's less than half of the full price of a game. And if you are buying it, use the affiliate link. Yeah. Disturbing screams. They do have really disturbing screams in this game. I'm surprised no one has commented on that yet. Like, some of the dudes, if you stand there, they'll just howl for like a few, you know, like a good 30 seconds. They'll be like, ah!
I always thought the voice acting like that would be crazy. Like, okay, you've just had your leg blown off. Go! You know?
Oh my god, if you never saw the interview I did with the guy in Sniper Elite, he's like, you know, sometimes they do like an esophagus thing. You gotta be like, for like a minute. I'd love to be like hired as just like a little voice actor thing to do one of the chivalry voices.
Yeah, right?
Okay, howl at the top of your lungs.
You're an armed peasant and you're angry. Go. You know, like.
That would be so hilarious. Because I was like reading when they added female characters to the game, whatever, for chivalry. And there was a couple women that were like, oh, you know, I was, you know, that was me that was in the game. And it's like, it was so fun to be able to sit there and howl for like 5 minutes to create voice lines. Because that would just be hilariously fun. Having to do that kind of stuff. Uber Ultimate Infinite Stream. Will Infinity ever return? So we definitely do have like a culture in Canada. It really makes me sad that people are so like kind of interested in like sort of removing it and or adopting other cultural things on top of ours, because there is a cultural identity here. You know, it has been around long enough as a country that there is one. Certain holidays, certain things, certain traditions. I mean, you can go to like Wet Heritage Park, you can go to well, you used to be able to go to the Glenbow Museum, but that's being renovated right now actually. But you can see that
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have a history. You didn't know about the Glenbow?
No, I didn't know about that. No.
It's closed till 25. But it's gonna be awesome. Like they're completely like, it's gonna be like a state of the art, like, you know, museum now. Like they're completely redoing it. So that's really exciting. Yeah. Because our museum was in desperate need of an overhaul and stuff. So yeah. You ever go to the, maybe you haven't, but our library is supposed to be amazing. Like, I've seen the photos, it looks crazy.
The one downtown?
Yeah, the downtown library. So if there's one thing our city loves, it's like blowing money on these like really over-the-top like visual or architectural and like art displays. But Kevin, you know, it paid off. We are the third most livable city in the world.
City ever, yeah. Right.
I guess we have to apologize to the blue ring.
Yeah, the blue ring
or those
pile
rocks.
Of rust near yeah.
Have you ever seen those rocks where it's like just pieces of like metal iron and then there's just rocks sitting on it, and it was like an art display that cost us like what, 75 grand or something?
Oh, it was a couple one. I can't nail the street. It's you know that one region near downtown where we have like our little fiesta like festival, and you can go there and like try all the different foods.
Like by Eau Claire?
Yeah, and there's that like big Like on the side of the river, on one of the bridges going into downtown, it's literally like it looks like two rusty steel piles that almost like twist around each other. It is just the ugliest looking thing in the world.
You know what the funniest thing is about all these art displays is that they're not locally done.
Yeah, they're all outsourced to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we pay people to make these awful installations. And we pay them to bring it in. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you know, it literally, like, art is cool, it's fine, you know, we should have stuff around like that. But pay local people, put that money back into the community. like the Peace Bridge. You know, I'm like, oh, well, you know, maybe a Canadian design. No, it's the European or something. Even the materials, not from Canada.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like, literally put that money into, like, local businesses, artists, you know? Reinvest in your city. Nah. Just pay some European. There's somebody in Europe that's just like, yo, we just scored this massive bridge that we can charge whatever we want for it.
Yeah, where is it? Calgary? Never heard of it. Oh well. No,
Yeah.
you know, just...
Place of nobodies. Oh man. Seriously guys, some of the art in our city is just, oh man. I do like though that there's an initiative to paint send like blocks, like barricades and garbage cans. That's kind of
That's interesting.
yeah. So like
Oh, the other piece of art, when you're going across into downtown, you know that little screen, and it just has people walking by it.
little screen.
Oh, sorry, it's like a big screen, like it's like a big like rectangle, and it's like little stick figure people, and they walk across.
Okay,
Yeah, that thing that looks terrible. Sorry.
You know, I also really thought there's this one building, I think it's the Bow or whatever, and it's just like a giant head out front of it. I always thought that was stupid.
That's funny.
People always take photos around it. I'm like, that is just like one of the dumbest looking things I've ever seen. Like art is supposed to inspire like conversation and chat. It shouldn't be like, wow, that is dumb.
Dumb, right?
You know, it's like, how are you feeling about this? It's like, nah, that's just stupid. Why did we spend money on this? How much did this cost?
Like,
Oh,
don't
man.
totally quote me, but I do believe it's like pretty common amongst Calgarians too to know, like, we all basically agree, at least everyone I've talked to, that yeah, it's pretty dumb, you know?
Like
yeah.
the blue ring is like a universally dumb thing. Like one gal I saw, we were driving and it was like, oh, this stupid blue ring, and she was just like, why did you guys put that in here? And I'm like, I don't know.
No, right?
We had the good idea. They should turn it into a dream catcher.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah,
And if you're talking about locally, yeah, you could give that to like contract to like a native artist or something to do that. That would actually be really
Yep.
cool.
That would make a lot of sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No longer a stupid blue ring. It's a dream catcher. All your dreams as you enter the city instead of way better. Does the game usually crash? I've had 3 crashes. Kevin's had 1. A Mortal Kombat movie Monsters? What is that? This game has crossplay. I think somebody said it was only consoles, but I really don't know. I think we are kind of losing ground. Did we do the bit where I talked about liking the stream recently, or no? I feel like we did. Right?
Not recently, but you're nailing it. No,
Alright, so if we didn't do it, because we're 3 minutes past, liking the stream's great, donation's cool, consider becoming a channel member, and alternatively Patreon option. But yeah, we're really pushing for channel members, because, you know, it's like $1 or so, and we can unlock a new emote, which would be great. Alternatively, if you're buying this game on the Xbox store, I feel like, way to go. Yep. Anyways, that makes sense. Let's do it. Yeah, no, it's Last of Us Remade, which I think I'm going to be doing on Thursday night. Do we... Oh, there's more to this map? My god.
yeah, I think we're on our last spot.
No, dude, there's still, like... There's another
Oh,
area.
there's still more? Okay.
Look at the top there. We got 2 more little dots on top of that. I thought that area that we were losing was going to be our last stand. This map is crazy big, because we started, like, all the way over there at that base. Holy. Ow, my kneecaps. Yeah, seek aid. No die. I freaking, like, broke both my knees jumping off that little cliff there like a dumbass. Blood on my hands. That's my knees splintering and the blood squirting everywhere. Ugh. Ugh. That's like a bone through the freaking skin kind of injury. That's what that was.
Ouch.
Ugh. Anyways. But yeah, I'm very excited to stream that one. I think we've got a few games coming up, and there'll probably be some new stuff releasing. I think we'll throw Deathloop in. I really like... You know, I think Deathloop is one of the biggest games that, like, got critically acclaimed, or was critically acclaimed, and got critical acclaim. And it's like, nobody talks about it. You know, I liked it, but as I did on my review, I was like, it was kind of okay. My biggest issue is, so, not to spoil anything, because, you know, some of you guys are going to be playing for the first time. Imagine a scenario like this, Kevin, where you are playing a game, and it's about time loops, it's about time, and it's creating a scenario where you, at the end of it, could pull off, like, I don't know, let's do it Ocean's like, the perfect heist. You would assume that the game would test you through what you've learned and have you sit there and pull off the perfect heist by yourself, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a 100% guided, easy telling you what to do heist at the end of it.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously, it's a little different, guys, because the game's not about heisting, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like a predetermined ending, but I was like, but they literally set it up so that you could, like, you know, learn how to do all this stuff, and you'd have to create the perfect, like, heist, but nope. I was just like, that's lame.
You know, obviously, I don't really know a lot of, like, hardcore PlayStation players, so that could very much be it, but I really haven't heard much about Deathloop myself.
Yeah, so it's from Arcane, so it's like, you know, it's a pretty big deal. And it's a shooter game. And, like, it's good. My issues were, like, a lot of, like, performance problems when it launched, like, bad performance problems. And, you know, some story bits here or there. I still, you know, solid rating, still thought it was good, still think it's worth playing. But it's just, like, I think it's just very unmemorable, if that makes sense. Like, I just, you don't hear anyone talk about it very long after. My favorite part of that game is the banter between the two characters. Because, like, you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then there's this woman that is trying to kill you and is just, like, taunting you the entire game. And the banter they have is so fun. And it makes sense when you play the game why these two are kind of interlooped. And again, I don't want to spoil anything for people going to play it. And if you've played the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. But man, I loved the banter between those two characters. It really was just super entertaining. Where you like go back and forth, and she's just like making fun of you like you're a dumbass or something. But you're a dude that's like, you know, you don't remember what happened because it's all time loops, and she's just like, you do this every time. It's like, what do I do every time? I don't know what's happening. Yeah. There is a remaster, and then there's a remake of The Last of Us. The remake is the newest one. Deathloop 10, yeah, definitely not a 10 out of 10. And another crash by the gods, Kevin.
By the nine divine.
How could this happen to me? Especially on the defense. Well, I mean, the Last of Us remake is literally like ground up remade, so it is actually by definition a proper remake. Yeah. The only good part. But I just thought it was really neat when I was, you know, I put out my review or whatever for Deathloop, and I gave it, I think it was like 6.8 out of 10 or something like that. And people, like, in the comments were, like, calling me, like racist because my score wasn't high enough. But, like, literally in my review, I was like, I love the characters. That was, like, my favorite part of the game was, like, the characters. And I was just like, what? Why? Like, I don't know. You can't win with people. Like, obviously, they just saw the score and they thought they'd comment, right? But, like,
yeah,
that was, like, one of my biggest points in my, like, review write-up in my video was, like, I love the characters because they're so cool. and they're fun, and you know they're entertaining together. It's just other issues I have with the game. People anyway. Now, The Last of Us remake. Yeah, that one will be good to cover on PC. I love the PC ports for the PlayStation stuff because it's so like the views. It's so easy to cover this stuff because I've already played it. And you get so many people on PC that are interested in it, and it's not really as covered as these PlayStation releases are. It's like this perfect soft spot that I can sink into and get like a good chunk of views, so I love covering the PlayStation on PC titles. It's such easy work for me. I mean, it's a bit of work, because, like, you know, Kevin, like, on consoles, you know, we've got 1-2 graphics modes, very easy, but on PC it's like unlimited graphic options. And I try to show off all the settings, and I do my best, and people are just like, you know, if you mess up on one thing, they will eat you up.
You know, that's really interesting, because you could probably do, like, a couple videos, or, like, sections in a video on how each one looks, differs.
Because, like, it's not only just, like, choosing resolution anymore on PC, or settings, like turning on shadows or whatnot. Now they've also got, which are things on console too, like this. So they have Super Fidelity, which is like an AI technology for AMD stuff. Then there's also DLSS. So DLSS will have like 3-4 different graphics modes, and then AMD Super Fidelity will have 3-4 different graphics modes. And then some of the companies, they'll do their own AI upscaling tech, and then that'll be another fidelity option. And then you've got obviously that off, and you know there's like 16 kind of like semi-default settings on top of like turning off every little thing, and it's a freaking nightmare. Honestly, it's just like, oh geez, it's like, am I getting everything? And frame rate counter is what people most complain about, that I haven't done frame rate counters on all the PC stuff, so I'll have to, hopefully that'll curb some complaints in future ones, is getting that all set up. Yeah. Is this on PlayStation? Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, Nixus, they're doing really good work for porting those PlayStation titles over. Very, very good work. And somebody says hello to you, Kevin.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't know, I was just like, again, the whole Deathloop thing, that somebody would like kind of skip over my review and then just like make an assumption about me, is kind of like, it was really hurtful, honestly. Yeah, because it's a lot of work to review something. You know, you put in the time to finish it, and you take the time to edit things, and you take the time to write stuff, and it's like, it does take a considerable amount of time to do all of that. And then someone just like reads your review score, and you're like, oh, well, you don't like it because of this and this, and it's like, well, you know.
Well, to be honest, not to go into it too much, but that is, dare I say, you were hit with arrogance, because you weren't being rude, you weren't commenting on that, like you pointed out, you like the characters, but for someone to just on there, oh hey, it's a white guy, obviously A plus B, like it's I don't know, it is, yeah.
It's just like
stereotyping themselves, you know. Like, yeah, it's
yeah.
Well, like stereotyping you themselves, you know.
Yeah. It sucks from a
funny world.
Standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, so this hill on the offense must suck.
Oh.
Like, I don't know where you're positioned, but like looking down on them trying to come up this hill. Wow. I cannot imagine this. Where are you right now, actually?
I'm just firing down from the hill. I'm trying to get as many as I can coming up.
Like, are you in the trenches, or are you like the level up?
The level up.
Yeah, this is gonna suck for them. I mean, it probably already has. We've killed like 130 tickets worth of them coming up here. I really like this level. You know, I dare say it, I almost want them to take this position so that we can fight in the side trenches over there, because that area looks good. Huh. How did I sharpen my writing skills? Writing lots. Honestly, like, you can go look at like writing examples from when I was younger and you can compare it to now. It's like, I mean, I don't write as much because video stuff, like written word, like the written word is like almost worthless online these days. There's like no money in it. But it's like, you really can see a difference between writing, you know, in later 20s and like early 20s. That there's like such a you know, word usage wise, flow wise, it's very, very different. And it's just practice. You know, you write thousands and thousands of words.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do though, and I always try to make sure I catch on this, is if you're just not thinking about it and you're just writing, you will use certain words over and over again. So I think the better writers are the people that catch on that, like, hey, I use this word too much, and they try to change it up.
What, just like, this is wonderful, that's wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful,
that exactly.
Wonderful sort of thing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it also makes you more creative, too, because you have to think of more different phrases and different words you can use. Because I try my best not to repeat things. Ah, got him. So visually, would you say this is one of the better looking Series S titles?
I think this is gorgeous. It's funny, I think you described it just perfectly. Like, it's not the greatest thing ever sort of thing. You know, like, I have seen better looking games. Like 2042 was a better looking game, but this is really pretty and the environment is great.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
I just spawned with my gas mask on and I was just looking at these two circles right up against the wall and I was like, oh, that's weird. I think we're losing the front, eh?
Yeah.
Those gas attacks seem to be the big, like, offensive thing that really seems to turn the line of war. Oh, damn it, man. Experience is a good teacher, yes it is. Has Kevin had his daily lashings about how bad his Halo 2 opinion is?
Not yet. But I'm ready. No.
That's funny. Team Ninja making a PlayStation exclusive game. Well, I hope it's good. Isn't Team Ninja also making that one Woo Warrior thing for Xbox or something? It always gets me that he brings that up whenever Kevin's here.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh. I know it's a very unpopular opinion.
You gotta have those occasionally. Oh, it's like a howitzer, an early version howitzer.
What do you call it? The background, the backdrop, isn't that as you refer to it as?
Yeah,
but like,
what about it?
That is just gorgeous. The mountain range and everything. It almost like RPG style. I kind of want to almost just run that way and see what you can find. You know, like
that's always one of my favorite things about Battlefield. Is like the sense of scale, not even on the map, but like outside of it, always feels just like, whoa. And I think this game kind of taps into that a bit. Yeah, a lot of game companies don't care about the backdrops, but I do. It does piss me off that the clouds don't move though.
It's hilarious in War Thunder. Like the first thing you notice, the clouds don't move. Right?
Got a very big indicator. It's just like, yeah, you could really tell though that it just takes you out of it, because when you're in real life, even if you're not paying attention to it, clouds are always moving. They may be moving slow, they may be moving fast, but clouds are always on the go. And it's just like instantly, like my mind is just like, this is fake, because you know there's that little subtle thing that's not going on. Triple kill. Anybody else?
It was Jaro.
Oh, he got me. I want to introduce Kevin to the flood.
This.
That's funny. The flood. Did you ever do flood firefight?
Yeah, we did that the one time together.
Was that during a stream or was that off stream that we did that?
No, I was just us messing around. We played that. Yeah, that was really fun.
I actually really like that.
When they drop in the elites to help you too and all that.
Oh, yeah, because we had our buddy elites. Yeah. And I was like, that's my pal right there.
I remember, yeah, I killed the one because I just like saw an elite and was like, oh my god, the enemy, and I killed it. And I was like, oh, these guys are
right down. I was like, Kevin, what are you doing?
But yeah, you're like, right, you know.
He's our friend, and you're like, oh my.
Oh my man, yeah. Little jumpy on that one.
What are you, the Master Chief in Halo 3?
Right.
He's on our side, Chief. Just running in there with a gun. Oh. What is on this dude's back? Is he got like... What is that?
Hey, you remember in Monty Python when what was it, Sir Lancelot, or I can't remember. The one guy was gonna go help. He thought it was a damsel in distress, and he runs through and he just starts stabbing everyone. He comes out and he's like, "Whoa, stop!" You know, sort of thing. Like, yeah.
I think that isn't it Sir Lancelot? That's like...
I can't remember if it's Lancelot or not. I think it is, but yeah.
Well, I'm
kind of
just
reminds
trying
me of that with the elite, a bunch of elites dropping like, you know, like, stop! What are you doing?
Wasn't that John Cleese that's like in there and he's just killing everybody? And then he ends up like marrying the daughter.
Right?
Man, that movie's so
I
good.
love that. It's not about who killed who. This is a wedding. It's a happy time.
He's trying to explain it's like, but the entire groom's been killed.
Yeah.
He's just his eyes just light up on who was killing everyone. He's like, oh, let's not make hasty.
Right? Oh, it was awesome. Even Sir Lancelot. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, my bad. And the damsel in distress is the dude. It's just...
Yeah, right.
Oh,
singing.
That movie's so good. I also love the they're trying to free him from temptation.
Oh yeah.
No, you can't have this. Well, I'd rather stay.
Yeah, I could say a little bit. Yeah, let him stay. Yeah.
Oh man.
You're in great peril. I don't mind the peril. You know?
The peril's fine. I like. There's so many good comedic bits in that movie, and I feel like a lot of them just don't get talked about because the other bits are so much funnier.
Yeah, like the rabbit's always referenced, the holy hand grenade. They're great bits, but yeah, there's a lot of great bits.
I always love bringing up the swallow bit.
Oh yeah, African or European.
Wait,
well,
what?
and there's so many stupid jokes. I love when they're doing the whole little witch part where I can't remember his name, but Arthur meets the smart one, the scientist, and when you see him, he's making a pigeon fly with the coconut attached to him. You know, it was like, oh my god, just yeah.
The one song where they're calling him a coward, the one dude, because he's like, when he
ran away, I cannot.
And then the little clunking of the horses.
Oh yeah, I showed that to my sister for the first time she ever watched it. And she was young. She was like, "Are those coconuts?" I was like, "Yeah." And she like fell in love with it. You know, like yeah. Yeah,
I watched it with one gal, and she like kind of basically fell asleep through the whole thing. But the one thing she remembered was the horse clapping.
It's just...
I liked the coconut horseshoes. It was so adorable. I was like, that is hilarious.
What are you doing in England? Never mind that.
Never mind that. I love, and it took me a while to really get it, the cop-out ending.
Oh, I love that. I think I've already said this on stream, but I remember as a kid, I asked my dad about it because they set up really big, right? They're going to take the castle, the army lines. Oh, I crashed. Second crash. But yeah, like the whole lineup, and then they're like charging in for the battle, and then the cops show up, and it was so cute because I asked my dad, like, why did that happen? And my dad, perfect excuse that you can't just run around killing people. You know, yeah, of course the cops showed up, but you know.
That's a really good bit. But like, honestly, I didn't get it so many times, and then eventually I was kind of like, oh my god, duh. It's a cop.
Oh yeah, you just want to show a fight, you know.
This is one of those movies, like, you watched Airplane, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can watch that movie over and over and over again, and there is always something that you can pick up in that movie that is like a new joke or a new background thing or that movie is so goddamn great. Same with the Monty Python films. But wow, man, Airplane is just like one time I literally sat there, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna pay attention to what's actually happening in the foreground, I'm just gonna watch the background. And there's one scene where they're like oiling some person to bring them back, and I was just like, oh my god.
Right.
It's so layered, just like these streams. So be sure to like the stream.
Yeah, right.
Subscribing is great. Donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member. I mean, everyone wants to be a channel member. It's the way to go. And if you're buying this game or any game in the Xbox store, the affiliate link in the video description is awesome. It's a long time since you saw me streaming. I stream every day, man. Every day. Around the same time. Is there cat ears? Oh, in this one. Can you change your appearance? There's like some customization stuff, but I think appearance is kind of more like level based a bit. I mean, these guys are wearing like feather heads, so I mean, probably a bit of customization.
I was curious about that, because yeah, like the older games, it was just as you leveled, your uniform would change to like show how much you played, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like again, you're seeing this after game report, right? These guys got like that guy's got like a pipe and stuff. That's got to be customized, like.
Dude looks like he's like from Extraordinary Gentleman, you know?
Yeah, that's not like a default setting. Like that guy's got a freaking feather in his hat.
Yeah.
Oh, my game crashed again. God damn it.
Aw.
No more Day. I just did a DayZ video like not too long ago, but yeah, you get DayZ sometimes. Okay, did we do the forest map, or should we try to find a different front?
Yeah, we can find a different one. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna see if we can actually. We should see if we can make like a party. If that makes sense. I wonder if we can do that. Let's see here. Server connect.
I think it's quite interesting. Like with Verdun, when I was playing on the last gen. You had all the time in the world to read the little thing on the side talking about the battle you're in, but this loads so fast, I'm like trying to quickly read through the paragraph before the match loads.
That's next gen for you. Aw, the other lobbies are a little... Oh, no, this one's good. Sabatino. There we go. Nice. Okay, this is the bridge level. Okay. Good. This should be fun. But, you know, a DayZ occasionally. I don't know if I'll do more DayZ streams, but, you know, you get the odd DayZ video. Like, I usually do the tips and tricks for DayZ once a year. I just did, like, a walkthrough video of DayZ on the Series X a week or two back, which I think is actually really informational, to be honest. I think it really goes over a lot of stuff. And then I did a review of the DayZ 1 point whatever that they're on, because I haven't done that in a while. Yeah. So, you know, you do a little bit of DayZ stuff here or there, but I'm not into it like I have been. Like, I used to review every update, and I think I skipped, like, 3 or 4 updates or something. Yeah. I don't know. Kevin, you said you've moved on from it too, basically, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit same old, but, yeah, actually, I couldn't really comment. It's been too long yet, sorry. Yeah.
What team are you on?
Austro-Hungaria. Are you the same?
Is your squad open?
Yes.
What squad are you?
I just died. Chat. Squad E.
This is your full.
Oh, if you want to pick a different one, I can swap to it.
Squad C?
Squad C it is.
Oh, this guy's got like a picture of a cat with a cigar. He seems like a winner to be with.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna be my officer, it's gotta be that guy.
Yeah. Yo, I just shot a dude that's got freaking skis on his back.
Really?
That's awesome. Is he one
cool.
of those ski troopers or something? Okay, craziest civilization story that I remember from when I was young. You know, my father.
I hope you're bringing up the Alpine units.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah, I want to hear
Civ 2. 50 cities, 48 lost in 1 turn due to nuke plus ski attack from the AI on ultra difficulty. My uncle was devastated.
That's awesome.
So guys, if you play Civilization, it takes like, I don't know, let's say he's probably spent 12 hours on that game. And in one turn, his entire empire basically fell. Because the strategy you would do in Civ 2, like the AI would do, because our family, we play the hardest difficulty. We do like DD or whatever. One of these days, I want to do like a stream of Civ 2, but I don't think people would get it. Like, I think it'd be too weird for people. But I'd love to do it. And, because, you know, that is a family game that my father still plays that game. I still have the passion for him all the time. I've been playing that one since I was very young. But, yeah, just the devastation of watching my uncle lose 40... I think there's like 48 cities in one turn. And you can't do anything, because it's the AI's turn, right?
You have to wait, yeah, as you watch.
And it's like... Ski Trooper slides in. Ski Trooper slides in. I was like, oh! I will... And I was, you know, that was a long time ago, because, you know, Civ 2 came out, it was 98 or something like that, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's freaking old. And... yeah, I'll never forget that moment. Just the defeat. I think he still tried to turn it around, but I was just like, oh. That was devastation. That's what that was.
That is way too cool. I love that. I'm sorry.
but the fun is just playing it over and over again, right? Co-op.
Just imagine that like story in the history books of like the greatest like ski assault ever known. You know,
I love how you know exactly what troop I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh, I remember that.
Oh god. You remember the contamination that happens, and it's just like a mad cow symbol will show up inside the city.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It kills me.
I always thought the nukes were really cool in that game, how the little skulls would appear on the regions for like the radiated zones and that.
Yeah. Believe it or not, guys, civilization has come a long way from back. Did you ever play Civ 1?
No, I never played Civ 1.
Oh, yeah, that one is even is ultra archaic. But it's still like somehow the same game through and through, which is fascinating. Like, I think if you played Civ 6, you could go back and you could play Civ 1, because it's still, like, at its core, the same game. It just becomes, like, super, super convoluted and, complex as the time goes on, right?
Which is amazing. But, I don't know, maybe it's just my nostalgia glasses, man, but I feel like Civ 2 still holds up as a great game today. I've never been able to play it again, but, like, from what I remember, it was awesome.
It's it's abandonware. You can download it for free.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the big telltale for me going from Windows. I think was it Windows XP to 7 or Windows 98 to XP. One of those two. For the first time, the game animated. I think it was 98 to Windows XP. Probably dating myself a little bit here.
No, that's yeah.
I know I look young, but no, I do have some history there. So when I originally played Civ 2, when you moved a character, they just teleported to that spot. Yeah, that's how I thought the game was. But when I moved to the new PC, then it animated and it showed the character walking, or it showed like the elephants attacking. Because before attacks were just like you attack and then you just win or lose. But no, there's actual animations. I was like, huh.
That's awesome.
It was like playing a new game. I was like, holy hell. But I say that one does stand the test of time. I mean, hell. You know, there's been, what, 4 or 5 civilizations since. I always buy them for the old man as like birthday gifts or whatever. He plays them, you know, 100 hours, few hundred hours, and then he just goes back to Civ 2 every fucking time.
That's awesome. I think great games are timeless. Like, obviously there's that graphic barrier you gotta get over, which I know some people are really kind of sticklers to. If it doesn't look nice, they won't play it, which whatever. But like, I don't know, like, StarCraft is one of my favorites. I think StarCraft is still a great RTS to this day.
But it still looks
that original one. Yeah, I think it still looks good. Just the art for those original ones. Diablo 2, which is like, what, late 90s, early 2000s? An amazing game to this day.
Yeah, but, you know. See, my big thing is like, when you can see a game, and, you know, even if it looks really old, it still has like a certain visual aesthetic to it that I think is timeless. Like when you play Wolfie 3D or you play the original Doom, those games still look good because of how they were designed. They may not have aged properly into the modern era, but they still look really good to your eye.
Are you on board for... No, sorry, just not a quick shot. Sorry, are you on board with that for Knights of the Republic as well? Like, the faces don't look good, but I think the backgrounds in that looks gorgeous still.
Yeah. So, like, a really, really good look. Like, Halo 1. I mean, I think you do that too, right? Where you play in Classic Edition as well for a good chunk of it? Because it's still...
I always play in Classic.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we're talking about random tangents here.
Sorry, one last comment. I actually don't... It's a credit to what they did, but I think the classic layout of, like, the Pillar of Autumn and that looks better than what they upgraded. And look, it looks too different to me.
See, like, I actually really appreciate the visual changes to see. But I also love how it originally looks. My god, my character just got split in half from whatever the hell that, a creeping barrage or something? Holy. No, but I can definitely see that where it's like... For me, I actually like both versions. But I can see how some things look better in some... Because it's a different artistic choice, right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, we did the Diablo 2 remastered. Well, actually, was that more... That was a remake, wasn't it? Anyways. And we did that, and we were talking about it, how we were switching back and forth, and we're like, you know, this still looks good in the original version. Or, you know, and whatnot, or it looks really good in the new version, where you're kind of like almost split between the two options. But I kind of think they need to remake Halo 1 again, because I think the technology has changed so much. You know, they're always like, oh, for, you know, if they did a Halo 3 anniversary, they're like, the visuals haven't changed enough. And I'm just like, that is so untrue.
They're very, yeah, sorry.
Like,
totally
just,
agree,
like, the density and the, like, just the way you fundamentally look at that game could completely change. You look at The Last of Us with the remake, because, you know, I haven't played it yet, but the footage and whatnot. And you're like, I think they're, like, full of it. I feel like Halo 3 could look way, like, I mean, I think Halo 3, how it looks now, will forever be how I love how it looks, but you can't help but look at things and be like, well, this could look, you know, infinitely better with the new tech. It's been, like, what, 15 years now? Or 15 years? You're telling me
there's
it's
no way.
diminishing returns on, like, revamping that game? Get out of here. It could look way better. And if they can't make it look way better, that is a failure as a company. That's what that is.
For real? No, I 100% agree. So you got me kind of like on like a little like train of thought here, but I think it would be really cool to keep redoing the games, and I would even have the middle version still in the game. I think that would be awesome if you could switch between all three.
Ooh.
It would almost be like, you know, like a total record keeping of how it keeps improving. That'd be so cool. And like it makes these games timeless. One of the younger gentlemen
drop down menu.
Oh, that's fine. But one of the younger gentlemen in our group that I play with or whatever, they've never done Halo 1.
Oh.
And they recently went through and did Halo 1, and they had a blast with it. They actually sent me a clip because they were with one of the other they're a really good buddy who's old, like our age group, and he was like, no, okay, I'm gonna take you through, we're gonna play this. And then he ended up sending a video to me. He was like, Kevin, check this out. And it's just them going through the library, and what are those tunnels when all the heads drop on you? And I was just kind of watching it like, what? You know, like, yeah, that's what happens. It happens like 5-6 times in the library. That's the whole thing. You're constantly getting jumped. And then that's when they brought up that, oh, well, he's never done it before. And I was like, oh, you know, and dare I say almost jealous that, like, he got to experience that for the first time. But anyways, there is value redoing these games. People, the younger generation, I think, does go back and play it.
I mean, if you know, and give them exposure to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same with, like, movies. A good movie is always a good movie. And it's the same with games. But the problem with games is that you need to keep upgrading them. Like movies, you know, obviously you'd be like, oh, well, they need to. But it's like, movies, you could kind of watch an older version of a movie and it's not that big of a deal. But I think for some, you know, visuals can be a barrier in gaming. I definitely
So,
think that's
well,
the case.
I was listening to these guys talk on this like podcast thing or whatever, and I really disagreed with it. They were going on about how they can't. Someone else was listening to it, but I heard it, and they were going on about how like they can't watch older movies. They look too bad. They won't even watch older movies when people suggest it, you know, because it looks horrible on their new TVs. And I thought like,
That's
what a like,
ridiculous.
yeah, what a jaded view of it. There are so many great movies worth watching, you know, that are older.
Like Christ, you know, if I ever get to a point where I'm doing my monthly movie nights, I'm gonna show you some like freaking crazy ass old movies
No,
that you've never seen.
I don't mind that. I almost kind of like some of the old acting style as well, especially for like the comedies and that. Like obviously everything changes and some things are better, but like yeah, like I don't know, some of it's really hilarious then, you know.
Yeah, context of a period of time, and
Yeah.
that is actually funny how some jokes hold up. I would say the best case scenario for comparison is, again, probably Monty Python. I mean, frick, there's what, from the 60s or something, and we're still laughing at those jokes.
Think about, yeah, right? Like
the worst thing, though, is that movies haven't existed as long as I wish they had existed, because think of all, like, you know, humans have been around for however long, but movies have only been around for, like, what, just over 100 years now?
something like that. It's actually, I never thought of it till you mentioned it, but the idea of how many movies have been lost might have been something from like 1910 that where if it like still survived today, obviously really old, but might be a great little comedy bit or something like that, but just no one remembers it. It's gone.
Yeah, you'll never see it.
You know,
it's gone forever. Which is just sad. I still need to watch the Passion of Joan of Arc. Apparently that movie is just freaking, like... Apparently it's one of the greatest performances ever. And it's just this really old-ass film, and it's just... I don't know, there's so many old movies I think have so much value in entertainment or historical context, and I don't know.
I think some movies shouldn't be touched, though, for, like... Actually, I almost a lot of movies shouldn't be touched for, like, adding stuff or, like, touching up how they look. Like, my favorite example of that is Star Wars. A New Hope. Like, I went through and recently watched the Star Wars movies again, and, like, A New Hope. There's so many on, like, that Tatooine sequence where, like, the stormtroopers are riding those, like, big lizard creatures and, like, little... Like, when they're looking for R2 and C-3PO, there's, like, a little droid following them around, and, like, they don't interact with the droid at all, but it just looks bad.
So that was
You know.
George Lucas going in and adding that stuff. And there's always, like, big debates on that.
I think it looks horrible. Like, I'd love to ask him that. Usually when it comes to Star Wars, I go with George Lucas is, like, almost dogma like that. Like, everything he does is so great. But, yeah, that was horrible. I wish he didn't add any of that. And the Disney ad for the Han Solo thing, do you ever see that with Greedo?
Which one?
With the Who Shot First? Okay,
Oh.
so when they're... Yeah, with the... Greedo yells McClunky... And
Yeah,
then
no, I know what
Han
you're talking
Solo, yeah, with the head movement, that is the worst looking thing ever, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't really like revisions on films. But at the end of the day, I think for those Star Wars ones, if that's what George Lucas wanted... 'Cause I think there's a difference between a director going in and doing something revisionist as opposed to someone else, like... What was it, Disney Plus, where they like covered the mermaid's ass or something like that? I think there is a difference between a director wanting to like revise something and someone else just coming in and being like, oh, we need to change this, or this needs to be adjusted. I think all versions should be available, if that makes sense, like of a director's vision, like the original, and then also like, you know, George Lucas being like, well, this is what I want people to see, blah, blah, blah. But like, I think the worst thing that can happen is you, as a director or something, make a film, and then someone else or a company comes in and is like, nah, that's not gonna happen, and they change it or something. That's terrible. Yeah. And it's not too badly priced, guys, and it's not free to play, but it's less than half the price of a full game. It's actually pretty good. Does Kevin know what happened at 343? Yeah, we talked about that one a little bit. Yeah. it's nice to see changes. Is what we kind of came to. And it has also been quite a while, so be sure to like the stream. You know, subscribing's great, donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member, because you know we need some more channel members to unlock the emotes. Because I'd like to do that. I'd like to unlock a new emote. It'd be awesome. And yeah, alternatively Patreon option. And Kevin's still here. Fun. This map looks awesome. I love the city and the bridge and the water here.
It was very cool.
And one thing, because you know I was up at Banff, the blue water there. Oh,
gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to move there. It's somehow, if I won like the lottery or something, I think that would be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Banff living is really interesting. I have one pal that I knew back in like elementary and stuff. Obviously, he's a lot older now. We both are. But he's like a chef out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess that's just what he does. He just lives out there. He's a chef, and he gets to experience the Banff life. I feel like it'd be too quaint or slow for me. If that makes sense.
Interesting. I always thought it would be so calm and like I don't know. I lived out in that Innisfail town for a little bit, but I was really young. But I remember it being very nice and laid back. But I always like the point that in the city there's a lot more people, a lot more things to do, a lot more interesting encounters you can have. You know, or how that person was really neat, or yeah.
It's almost like a double-edged sword. I think I would almost do better at meeting people if I was in a smaller town where you do more interactions or you go out to do things. Because obviously if you're in Banff, you probably, if you're partying there, you're A, running into locals, or B, running into people who are just vacationing. But like, I feel like I would almost do better in a setting where there's less people. Because there's almost too many people here, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could never handle that slow of an environment. Because I appreciate Banff more when I go there, or Canmore more when I travel there, because I don't live there all the time. But anyways, go back to your train of thought on that one.
Oh, I was just saying that interesting things was they ended up leaving Innisfail at one point because my mom did prison guard work actually, and then a bunch of stuff or whatever. But yeah, and then they said there was like really no work out there. And I was young, so I didn't notice it, but it was quite interesting to get their take that they said it was kind of lonely wise, that like everyone from that town had obviously grown up together, and like maybe that's just the one town or their own individual experience, but they were saying it was very cliquey and really hard to like, you know, that it was kind of like the classic cheesy "you're not from here" sort of cheese.
Yeah, okay, so going back to that one gal that I like to throw around and talk about. So very, very small town in BC, and they basically, one person came out here and got a house, and then a bunch of them that wanted to break out of that city mold, because I imagine that's really weird, is living in like a small city, because there's no change. Like if you are not connecting with someone, you don't find someone that you like, you have no option there, right? You're stuck. And there's set clicks, and if you don't connect with these clicks, you're screwed, because you're just, that's what that is. It's a small region, it's a small area. And basically, what happened is a whole bunch of them from the same little town, because they all know each other, all moved into the same little spot owned by the one person, and obviously they were renting and blah, blah, blah. But it's also kind of funny, because it's like they all know each other, and they all hang out with each other, and it's like, well, you're not meeting anyone new if you're just doing this stuff. And I think her big thing is, because she also moved to another big city at some point later on down the road or whatever. But, like, it seems like she's just trying to escape the small little city life and keeps trying to find, like, a different big kind of city where it's, like, different or exciting. Because it seems like, again, my big thing would be, like, it's too quaint, it's too quiet, it's not, like, as exciting. But when you go to a big city, there's a lot more going on. And it just seems like some people, you either fit in with that small city life, you meet someone, you settle down, you know, you continue the traditions, or you got to get out because you just get locked there, right? And then you never escape. And it never ends. But you obviously have a
Yeah.
little bit more small city experience than I do.
Well, I don't know. It was quite interesting. Like, it really wasn't all that magical a place, but I do remember it was quiet and really calm. And like the house we lived at was really nice. So I don't know, maybe I'd want to give it another shot, but yeah, there was things like that they were explaining that was really interesting that I think you would get caught up there. There's also really cheesy stuff. Like, my grandmother lives out in this one town in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, and she was talking about how, like, and I worry about her, obviously, my grandmother, and she was talking about how, like, she was having a little bit of health issues, and that she explained that, like, the nearest paramedic ride, because it's not in the town they live in, is an hour away, and it's like, oh my god, if you're having an emergency, you're dead. Like, I know that's such a, like, city boy thing. I could totally see someone like, oh, city boy, you know, get over it sort of thing. But, like, that's something I worry about. It's like, what? Like, I think if I went to a town... Yeah, like, I don't know that I could live in a uber small town. You know what I mean? I think I could downsize, though. And there's other little cute stuff. Like, my parents explained when I was younger, though, that, like, we did a play in Innisfail where we sang... Yeah,
everyone in the town was in it.
No, right? No, yeah, the way that sounds. Well, it was funny because there was the one theater. And when, I guess, everyone would take their kids to this theater, and I watched, like, the horrible Hulk movie there, and, like, Kangaroo Jack. I remember these movies because, like, you would go and sit with the kids, and, like, the entire theater was full, and, like, the back was all the parents and that. But sorry, for the one play was that we did a play in my elementary singing about the cycles of a cow's stomach. And that's what we were singing about. And my parents, obviously being from the city, they said they couldn't get over it. They were laughing the whole time. You know, because, like, you're never going to sing about that here in Calgary.
No.
You know, like, yeah, so it's quite different. I don't know.
I always loved the story of going to Strathmore, Boston Pizza, for drinks, and it's like everyone's wearing a cowboy hat, and I was like, I feel weird.
Yeah, right? Well, you wear a cowboy hat here, you're the weird one, right? Like,
unless it's Stampede.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's just like, it was like 80% of the dudes all had, like, cowboy hats, and I was like, oh god, they're gonna know. I'm from the city.
Yeah.
I'm the weird one. Yeehaw, yo. Now I'm gonna have to go all stealth next time and buy, like, a cowboy hat and be like, I don't wanna miss out. Be like, you know, just gonna sit in the bar for like 30 minutes and be like, okay, nobody's saying anything. And then I'm gonna, like, pull out my cowboy hats and be like, yo, what ranch you...
What ranch, yeah.
So, like, just the concept of that. I don't think I could handle small living. I think it would be just too boring for me or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting. I think it kind of depends, obviously, what you would want in life. But there's certain things like the where I work is kind of like not entirely developed, right? You know, obviously, not going into too much detail, but like I was sitting there once and I was good. Yeah, I was sitting there once, and like I heard like I don't know, it was like crickets or grasshoppers, and like the way you're looking, like the way the sun was setting, it does kind of look like you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it was nice.
That was a good show. You
know what I mean? Like calming, yeah.
You know what's hilarious is my first kind of little bit of romance there from elementary was she lived across where the Costco is. They used to have a house there.
Oh, that's fascinating, yeah.
And none of that existed back in the day, obviously.
Yeah. Right? I don't know, it's quite interesting, right? That's where, like, out by Banff or, like, Canmore, which I know they're, like, uber-rich areas, and I like the point that if you're from that town, you work out in the oil, like, industry, or, like I had one guy who, at my work, who was from BC, and he said he lived in a really nice town, like, in the middle of, like, the mountains, and he said that, like, his issue was unless you got into, like, some big company or went out and worked in, like, at one of the mines there, he said the only other job you were going to get was at a grocery store.
because you have limited options, right?
Yeah, you like the so limited options that I think would suck. And like
and that's why you move to the big city. Again, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. That's why you go somewhere else, is to try to escape it.
Exactly. Well, that's funny that you mentioned that, because it seems to be a big thing with people that, you know, the idea of moving and like, dare I say, everybody, unless you're really worked out, everybody can consider like looking for where you belong, dare I say, that comfortableness, you know, and especially if at any point in your life, which we all have, if you're feeling a little down on yourself for whatever reason, I could totally see where moving somewhere would be such a mix-up. Yeah, and like no one ever thinks that, oh, I'm gonna move. So, well, maybe you would, but like usually if you're imagining these things, it would be like, oh, a small town, I could finally find peace. Or if you're doing vice versa, I could see where if you're moving to the big city, where it's like, oh, I'll finally get to have fun, or something like that. You know, like maybe a lot of people moving don't necessarily picture, well, is this truly for me, or am I just glorifying the change of scenario,
the change of scenery, and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's, you know, the
Kevin,
one thing that would
doesn't get much better than here. Third most
livable city. Yeah, right. Like it's funny that I would think about moving to a small town when they're already telling me I live in the nicest place in the world. Yeah, yeah. This side of the Atlantic. No,
doesn't get any better. Literally, this side of the lake.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You gotta go to Europe for something nice. You're like, why would I move? Sorry. Yeah.
And then I also love reading online where it's like, and you know, Calgarians, they love to mention how much they're in that one thing where they said they're third best. Just like
damn right we do.
I was like, yep. That's just, they're just jelly, you know, they're just sour.
Right.
You think we're gonna hold this? It's like 200 tickets. I don't know, man. I think we need to destroy some of their spawn points. Their foothold's too good on our position. Oh. Man, it is interesting. I also think some people are just like never satisfied.
No, that's completely fair too, right?
And they're just always kind of searching for something.
I think it's really easy to picture something better. I think that's literally what that is, right?
Yeah, it's always chasing something because you can't find peace with what you have and whatnot. Take out this spawn point, yo. Get out of here, spawn. I love how you just like shovel down their little like spawn point. It's just like, ha ha ha. Clubbing it. Watch us, you know, finally me destroying their spawn point here, and it's not gonna be worth anything because they're invading the other spots. I'm going for their other spawn point too. I'm gonna break these guys where it hurts. Should I build us a spawn point behind them, or should I take out their spawn point?
I would say both if you could. I would put your spawn point up first, though.
That's what I'm doing.
Awesome. I love coming in on the flank. My cheesy, and I don't care what anyone says, paintball and airsoft are like basically the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all I'm getting at is that in airsoft, it plays so much like a video game that I love getting in behind video games, airsofting, anything. I do. It's the best. The flank.
You feel so triumphant when the flank works.
Right.
Also, sometimes as a person who is the problem, not where they live. Well, that's what I was kind of getting at, is that, like, you know, you can't get that self-satisfaction, so you keep moving places trying to find something that works, and it's like, sometimes it never does. What map did you get as the second one? Because I'm just wondering if I should join in, or if I should wait and try to find another lobby.
25 seconds till we get it.
I'll just join you and we'll see what we get.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I finally had a happening now option, so I can just join off you. Ask to join? What do you mean ask to join, Xbox? Just join the freaking game. Ask to join? Right. What? I've never seen that before. Ask to join. Can I join your game?
Oh, I don't know. No, that is funny.
Denied. Hmm.
It's funny with that city thing, though, just to throw out that there was that little bit, and it was all Oiler fans, but like for a hockey team where our two best players left, there was so many comments that, oh, well, no one wants to live in Calgary. And it was
Oh,
funny because that trade happened in the signing, and we got like Huberto, who's a really great player, and it we kind of went back and forth that it's just business. And I
it's
think
about
it was
money.
the Edmonton fans getting in there that, oh, Calgary's a bum city. But there were so many people when I was like reading comments because I follow a lot of the sports forums, but there was a lot of jokes on the, oh well, how could we be a bad city with the third most livable? That was brought up a lot. I thought it was hilarious.
A lot of people mention that all the time, which is funny.
We got that map with like where we were talking about like the Monty Python.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you know that, yeah.
I'll try to. Well, I think I'm stuck loading or something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna restart the game. It's probably faster. Let's find a different lobby then. Let's see if we can get. Because I don't think we've done all the maps yet. Actually, have we done all the maps? We've done 5 or 6 or something. There's several of them. Let's see if we can find a different lobby, guys. We'll see what we can find. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at the store there because someone on some subreddit had noted that Deathloop was showing up on their Xbox store, but it's not showing up on mine. Interesting. Isonzo. I can't believe we're getting GoldenEye, man. Oh yeah, a lot of people are saying Deathloop's appearing on their Xbox store as a pre-order option. It's coming, Kevin.
That's us.
It's a coming. Ooh, no, we did Almighty. We've got like 2 full lobbies. We can do that weird ass one on the cliffs, or we could do. Oh, Almighty's full. I guess we got to do that weird ass one on the cliffs.
Okay.
Yep. And I will send you an invite, I suppose. And off we go. Should we try attacking this time?
Yeah, that would be mixing it up, right?
You can't switch to a bigger team. Okay, well, we're stuck on the defense. Never mind. And you're not on my squad.
Oh, you can do a bit of customizing. Well, sorry, I'm just throwing a mustache on my guy.
Squad E?
Sure.
Oh, never mind, it's taken. Squad B? I mean, I figured there was some, right? 'Cause, I mean, the game by default isn't going to give you a dude with a feather on.
Yeah.
That's always a personal touch.
Well, none seem too outlandish either, which is nice.
Well, yeah, they do actually go for authenticity on this one, right?
I had to give myself a big, curled out mustache.
It's only right, man.
Right? They had a lot of mustaches. Seeing those old World War I photos and all the stashes, like...
I think it had to do with gas masks, wasn't it, or something?
Well, it's funny because actually with like a gas mask, yeah, or you're not supposed to have beards or anything because it doesn't sit on your face right. So actually that might be it, them shaving their face.
Anyways. Lots of gas attacks in this game. So is this like a bunker that's destroyed that's on the... Yeah, this looks like a bunker thing that's on the ground there.
I am on the attack. You said you're on the defense?
Yeah. I wasn't able to switch to the attack.
Yeah, I'll switch over.
I'm in squad A by myself. My teammate left me. That hurts my feelings. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost. Barricade. Okay, I can't go that way. You ever have that issue in this game where you're like, I'm trying to advance, but, you know, I don't want to destroy the barricades we have set up. Oh. How much was the game? It's like 31 Canadian. Is what it is. You're gonna grab it. Well, I hope you enjoy it. If you grab it there, and consider using the affiliate link. Anyways, that's a teammate. Okay, the artillery feels really like sudden in this game because it's like World War I, so I'm not used to like any planes or anything, and all of a sudden it's like. Like I feel like a World War I shooter is almost quieter than World War II because it doesn't have as much like automation destruction.
Yeah.
Can I grow a stash? I mean, I could. I've got like a scruff going on, but I choose not to. I feel less presentable. I feel really washed up when I grow facial hair.
Have you ever had the issue where like I've grown out my facial hair, but it's more because I got lazy? Like I just didn't shave for a couple days. That's when I have facial hair. But like the couple times as I'm shaving, I've shaved my cheeks first and gave myself like the goatee, and then I've shaved away the chin and gave myself the mustache, and I don't know for myself, dude, but I haven't found anything where I could comfortably look in the mirror and be like, oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I think it just looks, for me, it looks completely stupid. I'm just like, this looks ridiculous. I call it my depression beard whenever I grow any facial hair out, because I just haven't felt like, you know, like you basically haven't felt like shaving or whatever for a few days, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's terrible. One time I let it go for like a week or two, and I was just like, this just looks disgusting. And it feels, I don't know if you've ever had that, like it feels kind of gross on your face. Like it feels, I don't know if greasy is the word, but you know, it's not like I'm not taking care of myself and showering and whatnot, but it's just like, it feels really kind of like disgusting.
Oh, well, it's funny. I hate the mustaches. That's actually almost the joke I wanted to make when we're talking about these World War I mustaches, but whenever I have it, I absolutely hate drinking, and I don't get it, because, like, the filter, it's like, have you ever been drinking something and thought, huh, you know what would make this better? Like a hair filter that's just passing through where all the dirt, or maybe even snot, like, just like, ew, you know, like, I don't like it, dude.
No. Yeah.
Mustaches are gross. Yeah.
Like, it's cool for the guys that rock it and stuff, but, like, yeah, it's just really not my thing. I have baby face? Whatever. You always use my code? Thanks, man. What is this game about? It's about trenches and love and World War I warfare. And again, there's a lot of people that they do well with the mustache or the beards and whatever, and it's just like, I do not like it. I also feel a lot less useful. Like, it looks weird. It's funny. There is a actual difference between if I have like a minor bit of scruff and like just shaved, when how much I get ID'd at bars.
That's hilarious. Well, for football opening week, me and a couple of the guys, we were like, I went to go buy beers because we were all watching at a friend's house, and I walked in and I was all shaven in that, and they didn't ask for an ID at all. I don't know if I don't know. I was showing my buddy, like, do we just not look 18 at all anymore?
Could be.
Like, maybe.
The scruff's hitting you hard.
We're getting harder, like 20. Well, it's funny because, like, I walked by a high school getting home, and honestly, like, school's back, right? So, you know, like, I'll see them like walking home and that, and they look like children.
Oh, they definitely.
You know,
like there's a huge age gap.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, like, we're talking like 10 years, maybe even 10 years plus for like the grade 10s and that. But like, it was funny because I remember when getting out of high school at like 20, 21, they really didn't look that much younger at all. But yeah, now walking by, like, I was looking like, oh my god, baby face. Like, I could see some 60-year-old being like, well, that's how you look to me, and like, I totally get it. You know, the difference in age, but yeah, the high schoolers, man, do they look young.
Like, again, when I get to that whole situation about people dating people that are like way younger than them, I'm just like, I just don't know how you could. A, like the looks, the difference between how you look, and then B, just like it feels like a generation away, basically. One that's like, even maybe a few years younger, I think.
Yeah. No, actually, I would. I'd agree with that. That yeah, they just they like total children. You know, I could almost see that lack of respect of like, oh well, I'm 16. It would be like whatever. You know, like you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It is interesting how that perspective changes too over time. Nice. Man. Some gals really like the facial hair. They do, and that's good for them. I have my moments of hilarity. Tekken 8. Tekken 8 actually looks really, really good. Us facial hair growers do wash, you know. I know, but it just always looks so dirty. Ugh. Anyways. Yeah, no, Tekken, they showed off Tekken 8, and I think it's next-gen only, because I kind of looked at that and I was like, that actually looks like a next-gen fighting game. And I hope it's next-gen only. Because I was like, that really looks like an actual jump for a fighter game. Because usually, you know, the fighting games, they used to always be like the big technical showcases. Like when you saw Dead or Alive running on like original Xbox or something like that, you were like, whoa, that looks amazing. And, you know, like the Fight Night games. Remember, I don't even remember Fight Nights, Kevin, but they were like, whoa, look how amazing these Fight Night games look.
Yeah.
And then I think the last couple gens fighting games, it's like, it looks good, it looks clean, blah, blah, blah. But like Tekken 8, when I saw that gameplay, and it actually kind of looks like actual gameplay, I was like, that actually looks like a next-gen fighting game. So, hopefully that's the case. Yeah. Ugh. I think most games are coming out in 2023. Is that a new hack that happened with Bandai? Oh, the summer Bandai Namco hack. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think next year is going to be a really good year for gaming. It sounds like a lot of stuff's releasing, and a lot of stuff's releasing early in the year. So even if that stuff early in the year gets delayed, it still means it's probably coming out in 2023, right? So, hyped. So hyped to have actual work to do. It's going to be great. I've almost gotten lazy, I'd say. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because GoldenEye is coming. Yeah. And I watched The Rings of Power. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about that. I watched 45 minutes of it. I haven't gone back yet. But Kevin watched. Did you watch any more?
I watched the first episode. I have not seen the second.
What are you gonna jump into the second, or eh?
Yeah, I might check it out. I don't know. Like, the writing is really bad so far. Like what I was talking about, that like the characters don't play out how I've always pictured them. Like the elves aren't very elf-like. Like they have very human squabbling problems. Yeah, you know, and it's like, what? Like elves are supposed to be like really cool. You know, when humans are busy complaining about really cheesy stuff, an elf will come in and like, hey guys, knock it off. You know, like it's whatever. You know, but not here.
So we'll have to update you guys on if either of us watch any more of it down the road, I guess.
I guess episode 3 is supposed to be out though. Don't know if that's totally true.
Is an episode 4 coming soon?
Is it coming? Okay, so like I don't know. Maybe I should check it out. Maybe it changes because like who can tell off of one episode, right?
Yeah, it usually takes shows a few episodes to get going. But also typically that rule doesn't apply to like hour-long episoded shows.
Well, like Halo, I liked that at the beginning, and it lost me as it went on. You know.
It was, those episodes were so up and so down. It was just like, I think the ending of Halo, the Halo show, was like particularly just so rough in so many ways.
Right.
But it gave us Master Chief's rear end, so yeah.
You take the good with the bad, right?
We're getting a second season regardless. So it's not like we could do anything. Are we holding the line?
Yeah. You're not going anywhere. I'm lying in the rocks right now. I must have tapped 4 or 5 guys already.
Damn. House of the Dragon. I haven't watched any of that. What do I think of the God of War Ragnarok gameplay? Looks great. Very, very excited. It was a beautiful trailer. Seriously, just, you know, there's like big jellyfish things and stuff. I think this is gorgeous. Seems like they're doing Ragnarok, like the events of Ragnarok, so it would be cool. I mean, it's literally called God of War Ragnarok, but yeah, there's a lot of mythology type things that were included in that trailer, which actually, if you kind of piece it together, might be very spoilerish for those that are like familiar with the, you know, the events of Ragnarok, the events of Norse mythology, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it was interesting. Like, I actually sat there and watched the PlayStation event, because like I said, everyone's on vacation, so I had, like, nothing to do today. So I was just kind of sitting there playing games and that. Oh, it's the worst. I just want to be working. I don't know how to relax and just sit there and do nothing.
That's funny, sir.
It's terrible now. I'm just sitting there like...
I relax like a pro, dude.
Good for you, Kevin. I just, like, I can't do it anymore. I'm like, I need to be doing something. I mean, I'm still like, you know, I say that, and I'll be like rendering like 8 videos in a day or something, but I'm just like, I'm not actually doing more. If anything, I should be taking this time to finish Wolfenstein 2. Actually, I haven't played that one. Get some Wolfy time in there. We're gonna win this. They haven't even crossed the frickin' barrier, dude. I'm kind of actually disappointed, and this is a full squad from them, right?
I believe so. I've killed a lot of people who are players.
Because this is just kind of sad that they're not even like, yeah, this is all real players, and they're not even crossing the barrier. Wow.
Mandateli all'inferno, ragazzi!
If I had one cheesy complaint, I wish the rifle sounded a little beefier.
Fair. Mustard gas. I can't believe they even have that in this. It's just like mustard gas attacks.
Right.
Wow, we won.
We won. Yeah, it was easy.
I guess we could call it a day at that point. I mean, I don't think it would get better than that kind of victory there. Anyways, guys, it was a blast. Yeah, neat title, good action on the Italian front.
Very good game. Yeah.